this thing on, I think. Hopefully everything works. Cool! Well, that was a fun adventure. But welcome to episode 4 of our Emberpelts livestream playthrough, where last time we started building this massive food storage area here. We've got 2 layers of warehouses, we've got tanks buried in the ground, and we've got food processing all in one place. Except for the stuff that requires power, which is, of course, going to be over here. But we're going to let them continue working on all of this fun stuff and continue with whatever else we can get accomplished today. We do have well-being, decorations, monuments, and all that stuff still to get to. So we'll see what we can get done. But yes, welcome everybody. Good to see you in chat. My computer decided it didn't want to play Timberborn as soon as I went to start the stream earlier, so that's why we're a little late. But I guess kind of on that topic, I guess it's time to start computer shopping for components. And if I do it before the end of the year, that's a tax write-off. So, highly incentivized to try and make something work. But it's good to see everybody. Hope you're having a fantastic Saturday as we continue working on all of our fun stuff here. I guess we hadn't decided what was going to go in these large warehouses. Or maybe we did and I just completely forgot. But I'm assuming we're going to be able to do something with the raw ingredients, since these are all the finished ones down at the bottom. Alright. So, other stuff that we did, last time we built this dam, it's not a very big one. But, wait, why are we not, why do we not have any power here? Aha! I think we ran out of, charcoal and nobody was around to supply it. I thought we'd already prioritized this, but that's a good thing to catch. We've also, over here, got our bad water rig finally operating. This is empty, so we don't need to have this here anymore, but I'm not going to get rid of it quite yet. If you'll recall, we had this whole area previously polluted with the nasty water, but now that all of the good, clean, nice water is flowing out of these things here, it will eventually, hopefully, clear out some of this nasty stuff, and then we'll be able to have a much nicer time over here. There's still plenty to do, should we choose to do so. So we'll go ahead and jump right on into that. I do think, since we have the engine right here, we probably need to have a charcoal storage a little bit closer by. Even though this is, you know, straight line, not very far, they do have to weave their way around all of this nonsense, and this isn't prioritized. So I don't know if we're going to be putting in any additional automated water pumps in here. I did make a provision for that, were that to be the case. And I think, yeah. So these 3 right now are using 225 HP, so we know we can put another 3 in without putting in another engine. But we are going to need to put in some sort of additional storage for charcoal, I think. Unless they can manage to keep this topped up like they just did. We'll see what happens. We also have all of these areas over here that are using the bad water sources to fill up with the nasty water we can do something with. Remember that the Emberpelts have both the bad water discharge and the bad water rig available, so we can just completely dam these up if we feel so inclined, because we do have this guy right here to source bad water from for when we're working on the industrial applications of everything. I guess it just depends on what we want to do with all of these areas around here. And I mean, I don't know that I'm trying to do a super long live stream playthrough where we cover the entire map with anything, because if anything, this was supposed to be a pilot, if you will, for a video series with these guys, just to try to get used to how stuff works and experiment with a couple things, and then do a proper video series, because I know there's a whole lot of people that would really love to see this, but do not want to watch live streams, or can't, or won't, or whatever. Hello, everybody in chat. So we'll go ahead and do turbo mode here. I mean, we're not in any danger of running out of food or water, probably for the duration of this playthrough, because this is not apocalypse mode. It's not hard mode. I'm not going to say it's easy mode, but compared to the other stuff that we've been doing, this is definitely not a challenge whatsoever. 50 well-being goal. I mean, that's not going to be that hard to get to once we do the aesthetics and all the other stuff. But I did think it was kind of cool that there's such a mix of the different well-being things in this faction specifically. Like, this is Folktales building. I guess the detailers for everybody. The Exercise Plaza is an Iron Teeth building. And then, of course, you have the old carousel, like we've talked about before. And then mixture of other stuff. Decorations seem to be mostly the same. And then, of course, you have your monuments, which are, as far as I can tell, just the Iron Teeth ones, with the exception of the Wonder of Fire, which is, oh yes, lag, which is the capstone piece. The scratching post, huh? Oh, we've used these before. Unless they have a different color, which we, I guess, aren't going to get into quite yet. You can platform... Oh, you can platform over the scratching post? Oh. Okay, well, do the Iron Teeth ones work like that? I haven't actually tried it. I probably have and just forgot. Because you know how this goes. I'm very interested to see if this water continues climbing from 1500. Because if it doesn't, we're going to have to put a couple more of these guys in. And you know what? I think we probably should be moving our... yes. Our presses over somewhere as well, since we do have access to engines, and we also have liquid fuel engines and all that fun stuff we haven't gotten into yet. We have flywheels as well that we can employ to take care of different stuff. No, that's what I was saying. I am eventually going to do a video series with this. I was thinking about starting that one as soon as the Iron Teeth series with the blue background for the numbers is done. Which is probably going to be either, I guess, Monday or Wednesday for New Year's Day, I think. Unless people are going to threaten me to continue it or something. I don't know. There's not too much else we could do with that. Purple is Apocalypse Mode. We posted a video for that one today. But yeah, that one is that one's Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and that will probably stay 3 days a week until it ends, and we decide to restart or something else. But regardless, we've got now all of these things built, and it's time for us to get the rest of these bakeries and grills and stuff taken care of so we can put the raw ingredients in here. You paused it to come here. Yeah, well, that's okay. It's maybe for the best that you paused that one. Not to get into spoilers or anything. But I do really want to try and see how much we can get done in the next couple of hours. I don't have time to do a super long stream, but at least 2. 200% food and water with normal difficulty. I don't know, because the annoying thing about the 200% food and water is that it makes it almost impossible to get anything done because the beavers get hungry halfway through the workday. So you have to constantly modulate the length of the workday to tell them, okay, you're done working. Then they go eat and, like, surprise, come back, and then you can do, like, that's such a pain in the butt. If that were able to be automated with, like, a lunch break in the middle, I don't know if anybody has made anything like that. I know it's been discussed in our comments, in our live streams specifically, but if that were a thing, then yeah, okay, that would be a little bit easier to do. But I really don't want to do a whole video series like that. That's an enormous pain in the butt. So, apples are going to have to go over here. If I can remember what apples look like. How much storage? Oh, wait, hold on. Hold on. I already have storage for apples. Why am I like this? I guess we just have to wait, because I don't remember what all the recipes are for this stuff. Yeah, you know what? I think we have all of this. We have all of this stuff. We really do. I guess I'm going to have to put in a storage for charcoal, which would be a prime opportunity to use the large industrial pile, except the entrance to that guy is on the 2nd level, which is going to make it impossible to put in a neat spot right here. Grilled corn, grilled bell peppers. Do we have raw corn, raw bell peppers in here? No, we do not. Okay, well, that's going to be at least one of these here. If I can remember what anything looks like. That's corn. And that's bell peppers. And this is the one that does bell peppers? No! I got it backwards. Okay. Well, we'll just swap those. No big deal. Well, we already have apples down there. We already have wheat flour, I'm pretty sure. No, we don't. Man, I'm batting 1,000 today. So that's not wheat flour. That's not wheat flour. That's wheat flour. There's no storage for it. All right, cool. Problem solved. Kind of. I have not seen anything about a flood season mod, no. Did have a nice Christmas with family? Yes, indeed. Although it's very weird to have 3 consecutive days with no beavers. So what is this waiting on? Planks? How am I out of planks? Okay, so the whole not having the building prioritized by haulers is absolutely killing us. That would explain why there's no planks. And the water does continue to go up, so I don't think we need more pumps right now. Food is in transition. Why are these all... I'm pretty sure I would have selected that, unless I'm just completely losing my mind. Batting 1,000 is a reference to baseball statistics, which are presented... Like, batting average in baseball is presented as a decimal out of 1. So batting 1,000 would mean you've hit every pitch that's ever thrown at you. Whereas, like, a normal batting average for a major league player is going to be somewhere between, I don't know, like .250 and .350 for a lot of them. Which means about a third of the time, about 1 in every 3, 1 in every 4 pitches you're actually going to hit. So when I say I'm batting 1,000, that is a very sarcastic way of, I guess, self-degradation, as it were. I need planks. I need planks for my bakeries. Emberpelt mod and the white pod mod got me thinking of a winter season where the water freezes. That would be cool. I have no clue how that would work. I feel like it might not, just because of the physics involved with water. Like, you'd have to essentially turn this into land for them to be able to walk on it. Alright, well, at least I have planks again. Kind of. It's going to take them a little bit of time. Wait, I only have a single one of these? Oh, no. Well, there's your problem. Look at all this mess. I got 2 gear workshops, and I got a single lumber mill. We're going to have to fix that. Water beavers, no, I don't have an update on that yet. That is going to be, at the earliest, something we would start toward the end of January. But I don't know exactly how that's going to line up. Because, again, we have the Ostriv Alpha 6 supposed to come out in January. And that's going to be an all-hands-on-deck moment, because whenever the major updates for that game come out, it's always a really fun time. Any update for Emberpelts? You're watching it, buddy. Alright, did I accidentally do something stupid by ignoring this drought starting? I don't think I did. It's only 6 days, who cares? Do we have cornmeal over here? I never remember what we actually have. I don't see cornmeal, so... that is going to be here. Wait, did I already have storage for cornmeal? No, I did not. Okay. And then, yeah, this one needed the maple syrup, which is in a tank charcoal, which we have not built yet. Beets. Battlestar Galactica, etc. Do we have beets over here? I'm so bad at identifying the little icons. I guess I could just look. Yeah, absolutely not. We don't have beets here. So raw corn is stored there. I guess if I also need other stuff that's not beets, like for this, which... oh, no, we already have all that over here. Okay. So I guess this is going to be beet storage. Cool, so that should be entirely everything stored here that we're ever going to need. But now I've got the problem with the charcoal is I don't have enough charcoal for, well, pretty much any of this stuff. So I'm wondering what the best thing to do would be. I mean, I guess I could just put a regular industrial pile here. That's probably not the worst thing I could ever do. Just to have access to that stuff here. Oh, no. Update 7 White Paw stuff. I mean, I don't even know how long development of White Paws is going to keep going. Like, remember, that's a ton of work. And Update 6 has been out in some form since experimental now for 6 months. And the switch over from Update 5 still isn't really fully complete. So I'm not going to put it off for the next update, because that's just, we'd never get to it. But I do know there's still a couple of things that are pretty important for Update 6 that haven't fully been taken care of. And I don't want to rush it because I really, really, really like the White Paws mod, and I want, whenever I make another video or stream series or whatever about it, I want it to make sure that I'm giving it the best possible attention. Not, oh, hey, this isn't finished and this is terrible. Like, I don't want to do that. Stack them so there's storage for every category. I'm pretty sure we already have storage for every category. There should be. Alright, so what's going on here that's not getting produced? Apple juice, beet and radish juice, corn juice. Okay, so all the juices. The juices are not juicing. Alright, well, you know what that means. It means it's time for us to blast away. Just get this whole mess taken care of here. And I'm going to put the squeezers on this side, I guess. Although, you know what? The way this is set up, if I'm going to do that, I should switch all these. Yeah, because I'm not going to be able to put anything on the back side here. Alright, is this going to be stupid? Is this going to actually be dumb, what I'm about to do here? I mean, yeah, it is probably going to be dumb, but what are you going to do about it? So canola oil and apple juice are going to swap. I already forgot. Okay, that's apple juice. That's canola oil. Then this is maple syrup, so that's going to go there. And then canola oil is going to go there. This one's easy. Water. Beet and radish juice, corn juice, tomato juice. Whenever I see corn juice, I can't help but think of, like, you know, like when you're in the school cafeteria and they're dishing up the vegetables for you, and the corn is just in this, like, lukewarm, just like the most tepid, slightly opaque water with, like, the weirdest smell coming from it. You're like, that's corn juice. If you got a chance to choose something for an update, what would you like to see? Well, I mean, prior to last week, or whenever, it would have probably been 3D terrain without having to have all of the ground connected to other stuff. So we could do stuff like stacking farms and all that. And then they said, hey, all right, cool, we'll do it. So now I don't really have too much outside of what we've already discussed, like, for example, the flood tide or the monsoon season or whatever you want to call it. I think would be a really cool addition to the game. There's a huge jump between Update 5 and 6 for changes in physics and mostly in mods. Now we use built-in instead of external tools. I don't think there will be such huge changes. Okay, well, that's a good point. Because they did fundamentally alter how all that works, and I know that's a lot of work to take care of everything in that regard. So, I mean, hopefully everything can get fixed correctly, efficiently, and we can be back in it soon. But I'm absolutely not going to be pestering about it because, again, remember, the guy's doing it for free. Like, don't bother people who are doing something for free out of the kindness of their hearts. All right, what did Kurt say that got deleted? Don't do that. Let's see what it was. The message was, for those of you curious, has anyone mentioned showers? No, no one has mentioned showers. Do you think the beaver tubes will make multiple districts unnecessary? I don't know. I think we're gonna have to wait and see on the tubes, because I feel like it's not really gonna end up being that much different from a path. Just some sort of something that you can, you know, put underground or whatever. Because if it functions exactly like a path does, then there's still going to be that travel time and the distance between things that's going to make it more advantageous to use districts. If they had made teleporters, then, okay, I would say it's going to make districts completely unnecessary. But I feel like they still want to incentivize the use of districts because there's so much demand on the processing for the game when everything is connected to the same district. Want weather like rain and snow. That would be cool. I don't know exactly how that would end up working, or if it would end up being a good thing for like performance or whatever. But yeah, like you're saying, if you had free wet fur bonus while it was raining, that would be an interesting dynamic. But also consider this. When you, okay, so like you go to take a shower and it's nice and warm and you can get clean and you can just enjoy that. If you go outside when it's raining, it's not the same thing at all. At least not for me. I absolutely despise going out in the rain. I hate getting wet. But if I were to just get rained on, if an hour of beaver walking around here, I probably wouldn't have a bonus to my happiness. It would be a detriment to it. Just food for thought. Yeah, we were going to put in squeezers over here, which are going to require their presses. How many can I fit? And actually, you know what? You guys are going to get mad. I think we're going to have to take these out and flip them around for this to make sense. I think that's what we're going to have to do. Just got home. How late did we start? About 9 minutes. My computer blue screened as soon as I tried to load Timberborn, which is a little funny, a little concerning. Then I had to, of course, restart it and make sure everything was fine. How big of a debuff do the beavers get when they have wet fur? I don't... I guess if they're... Oh, that's injury. That's not wet fur. If they were all wet, I imagine it would be, like, absolutely catastrophic. But the beavers don't get wet, because there's no reason for them to go get wet. But, I mean, I don't even think I can get one down in the water now because of blowing up everything. Yeah, there's not really a path to get wet at all. So, I can't really tell you anything. Why did I pause the game? Oh, because we were talking about this. Yeah, I think... I honestly think it's going to be best for us to just, you know, tear these out and flip around. One, that's going to allow this path to connect here. And then two, I can just have the presses directly facing the storages. And then it's easier for them to get into stuff. Windows Arc mode, you have to build the Arc in 50 seasons. Okay, well, 50 cycles is a long time. That's a very long time. But I feel like that's something that would kind of be like the Drowned Mode series that we did way back in Update... Well, it started in Update 3. If you flip them, you don't need the path in the middle. Correct. Alright, so, yeah, maple syrup, all that garbage. Bye-bye. Let's just flip this real quick. Again, I don't need to have this completely paused this whole time, but... So this one is requiring maple syrup. Okay, so this one being maple syrup is actually good. That's fine. We need apple juice. The rest of these, it doesn't matter. Apple juice, beaten radish juice, corn juice, and then this one is tomato juice. Yeah, so much better. So much better. Look at all that mess. So, of course, we have 5 types of juices, technically. So we can make 5 of these presses. But I can't help wondering if we need to have more than 5 presses. So they're 50 HP each, so this is 250 HP. We also have the grist mills that we can move over here, which we probably should have done a long time ago, which are another 60 each, so that's another 120. So one engine is going to be sufficient to do all of this at once. So now the question becomes, how do we want to set this up? Gristmill here. Gristmill here is I mean, oh, that's so ugly, though. It doesn't match. Oh, that bugs the snot out of me. I mean, I guess I could, depending on how we want to do this, I could do one of these numbers, which probably would be better, honestly. And then just have a power shaft, I guess, T intersection here. Or, I actually can't put anything in here yet, but you know what? This would probably make the most sense. Unless, oh, okay, hold on. I've got an idea. I've got an idea here. I can put in an underground pile way back here that we can use to fill up everything. I think I like that idea. Fire showers. Yeah, that's safe. Currently, these beavers breed like the folktales with the housing. There is an extension mod you can get called Phoenix Pods, where it replaces that functionality with that of the Iron Teeth. Alright, now I gotta scroll up because I was busy thinking about rearranging garbage here. Let's see. Does the faction have a mud pit or a mud pool? If not, they need a lava pit or a lava pool. They have nothing like that because they don't like getting wet. But they do get a bonus from fire. It's actually a fundamental need. So you have your stuff like your rooftop terraces and your braziers and your campfires and everything. Put the screws in the middle and the gristmills on the ends. Why are you so smart? Alright. Good thing they haven't started building this stuff yet. Okay, well the thing you didn't consider is that there's no land here, but let's see. Let's see if this is going to end up being viable. Alright, so 2, 3, 4. Aha! Okay, so it is going to be off slightly, but I think that's fine. That's fine. We'll just roll with that. I could also just do that, but I do like the symmetry of this kind of symmetrical, which does give us access back here to put in some storages for stuff like charcoal, which, you know what? No, I think that would be too much. Because I've got the kilns here that are making the... I guess this is fine. They don't have to be powered either, so I guess I could just pop those guys in here. We want to be super fancy about it. They would do well with the sauna. That would be interesting. We have so much space for activities and number crunchers. I mean, I guess. But we don't need number cruncher. We don't need it. Not yet. So now I gotta think here. So if I were to put this here, I have the habit of pausing. I know it's irritating. I'm not sorry. But I just want to let you guys know. So I put a pile here, underground variety, and then I put an engine here. That's going to power all this mess. And then all I would need to do would be to have... Okay, well that's not going to play nice here unless I put in one little piece of land at some point later. But you know what? This is not looking too bad. Not looking too bad. Put this in for charcoal as a supply. And then, of course, I'm pretty sure this will power all this stuff. Should be totally fine. Charcoal, charcoal, charcoal. We just need to have a little bitty storage for wood, which I guess is not going to want to play super nice. We can do these tiny ones, even if they're stupid and small and not really that good. We will appreciate them anyway. And I guess for the sake of symmetry, until I can do something about that, we'll just roll with this. So there you go, folks. That's going to end up looking pretty good. Will these guys get a debuff from the mouthwashing? Ooh. Ooh. Well, first of all, I don't know if it works with the mod or not. I'm not sure when the last time it was updated was. But that would be very interesting. Have you considered vertical housing with the ladders to open up space? Well, that's what the tenement building's for. And we were talking about extending this upward at some point, but we haven't really had a tremendous need for additional beavers yet. Put detailers in the 2x1 spots on the corners and a little... Oh, yeah, you know, we probably could do that. Water tanks, though, I mean, we have these tanks right here, so I don't think that's going to be an issue. See what happens. Alright, so now that it actually looks pretty decent. Not too bad, honestly. That's going to be pretty cool. Just let them keep building that. I guess? Oh, that's right. I have the forbidden right here. I need to put in additional beaver housing, but remember, we kind of talked about this. We got the tenement lodges that, in theory, should stack on each other. So, for the sake... I know I keep pausing to do this, because I don't want them to actually build it yet. Those should, I think, should connect. I guess the way to find out would be to put a... Yeah, it totally works, of course. Isn't that just fun? Just a massive, massive building like that. So, here's what we're going to do. Just because we can. We can always tear it down if we don't like it, but... we have the opportunity here to fill these spaces with useful things. Like medical beds. Hey, you gotta walk by all your sick friends before you go home. Oh boy, but that, you know, that does work. That's a good use of space too. So. And as you might expect, you can just do the absolute most with all of this garbage. I'm not gonna do that. Not yet. Do you think the developers will add other factions into the base game, or do you think it'll always be via mods? Honestly, I don't know. I feel like they are not going to be really incentivized to add additional factions because they're already being developed as mods. And they're really good. Like, I love water beavers because it is brutally difficult and there's so much to do, but Emberpelts feels like it could have been something in the base game. It's very, very in line with the look and the feel of the other factions. And it's got some nice complexity to it that the others don't have, but it's not just a death sentence. This is very playable. So, I mean, obviously now it's not going to be an official thing because it's already been made as a mod, but this was exactly the kind of thing I would have imagined they would have put in the base game. So, I think maybe if they decide they add all the features that they're ever going to want to add in the game, then maybe they'll do another faction or something, but I don't know. We'll see. Never built another plank factory. You are correct. However, we're also not out of planks. But we're gonna need a whole lot of them. I do have plenty of storage for planks. There's just stuff on the ground. So let's pick up our junk off the ground. And then just see what we can see here. I probably should go ahead and get rid of all of these here as well, because we're not going to need those. And All that stuff goes over here anyhow. Alright, let's do that. Oh, I hadn't replaced those yet, so that was a mistake. Wait, I've got 2100 already, we're good. Well, I have 400 bricks. Maple syrup goes there. Nope. That is the maple syrup supply. And that goes over here. So now we have even more garbage on the ground to pick up. Oh, yes. Beautiful. And then, of course, that power shaft can go away as well. Get the builders to pick up all this garbage. And then, since we have the dynamite, we can do a little bit of irrigation over here. Oh, these grills also need to go away. I think. Make another tower on the other side. Connect. Oh, yes. That's a glorious idea. Absolutely glorious. I don't think it's going to fit, though. Unless we were to use the overhangs. Just because of the way this is set. Alright. So we have an opportunity here to line this up perfectly. We already have the bridge here. But I think we can try this. I think we can make it work. I did that. Did that. Did that. Then, wait, hold on. That wasn't tall enough. It needs to be a double. See, you guys are very good at you're very good at this kind of nonsense, right? The entrance to this is one level down, so turns out I was actually correct. Let's no. No. I did wrong. I'm trying to line it up with this specific thing right here because this is easy access to all the food down below. What I should have done is come down here with this, which we'll go ahead and unlock. And then that has to move one more this way. I had it incorrect. So, in fact, then this all needs to go away, and we're going to have an absolute disaster here. But isn't it fun? Isn't it fun to do this kind of stupid stuff? Because this is... Oh, that's already 1, 2... These are different heights. See, this is what happens. This is what happens when we do this. I think you could easily spoil this game by adding too much personally. I'm not sure about the new travel tubes. See, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of opportunity to improve things by adding variety. As long as you don't make absolutely everything dependent on everything else. Like, if you have different paths, I guess, people could take to develop things, then that does keep it nice and, well, separated, I guess, for lack of a better term. Just think about something like Satisfactory. You have basically infinite choice on things you can build and what you can research and where you go on the map and everything. So it's basically impossible for you to run out of stuff to do. But at the same time, it doesn't feel like it's completely, or at least not to me, it doesn't feel like it's completely overwhelming to the point where you can't do anything, because it deliberately guides you in a specific flow of unlocking things and creating product part A that you have to turn into product part B, and then you combine A and B to make C, and so on and so forth. It's not just throwing everything at you all at once, but there's so much to do, which is why it has so much replayability, and you can sit there for an entire day, build something, and you can work on a playthrough for a year or 2 years or 3 years or whatever, and not run out of stuff to do. So I don't think it's a bad thing to add variety. But it has to be done the correct way where it's not overwhelming people. Oh, okay. There we go. Dalton said the exact same thing. You can add too much, but you don't have to use things. The devs can lock it behind a lot of stuff, so it's a late game bonus to optimize. Yep, exactly. Travel tubes look neat, but I think they're useful, so will be defined by whether you can haul stuff through them. Well, I feel like if it just gets treated like a path, then the haulers will just take that. I don't think there's anything else to it. Apocalypse. I don't think I'm going to be streaming that series, no. Real thing I would like are ladders and teleport circles. No, maybe a controversial opinion. I don't think there should be teleportation to this game. Because that completely undermines the whole idea of trying to make an efficient path network. Where you can just say, oh, we'll just go through the teleporter. Like, okay. Yeah, I mean, it's cool. I like that stuff, but at what cost are you doing that? There's something that you lose when you add shortcuts that don't actually feel earned. Alright, the game's been paused for way too long. Let's get the rest of this taken care of here. I am going to slightly modify all of this stuff again here. Just take this out of the way. That goes away. That goes away. Okay, so RuneScape. Old school RuneScape. Or I guess before 2010 when they added the evolution of combat stuff in. Just RuneScape. There is a skill, a member's skill called Agility, which, when you level it up, allows you to access shortcuts on the map. And it takes a long time to level it up to the point where you can use a lot of those. So when you finally do, it feels like you've actually earned something, and it's not just, okay, well, I guess I'm just going to pay whatever microtransaction cost to... No. It's something as a reward in-game for the amount of time and the effort that you've spent. Hello, Jacob. Good to see you again. Feels like yesterday I was at 11. Well, I mean, it was this past week is when I added your name to the 12. But yes, a full year. Pretty cool stuff. I appreciate the support. Good multiplayer would be if you had trading balloons like water beavers and you and your friends could trade items. I feel like that would be very, very demanding on the game, like in terms of like processing stuff, and like lag would be a huge problem. But that would be cool. Watching the beavers run around from place to place is part of the charm. Exactly. Yeah, I really don't like doing districts. And if you watched my older videos, it was so much worse. Like, I cannot describe to you how awful the district mechanic was in Update 2, Update 3, whatever. It's a lot better now. A lot better. But I still don't like doing it. Yeah, the terraforming on structures is going to be cool. Have you put any more thought into playing the game Crust? Not at this time. I have so much stuff going on with what we're already doing that I don't think I can add any new games for a while. I want to know why they haven't put in all these dynamites yet. I guess they're still building all this stuff, but we need to have these houses put back in. So that goes there. Uh-oh, here we go. Here we go. Jacob gifting 20 memberships. Thank you very much, friendo. Appreciate it. Congrats on 16,000 subscribers. Thank you. And thank you for being here, being part of it. Beaver agility skill incoming in Update 8. I'm not going to make that area reservoir, probably. Alright. Who's got them? Ben Diggin, Michael Hansen, Caitlin Hill. I know where you're going with that one. I'm not reading that one out loud. Or I'm going to get demonetized. Mustang Bear 80, Heradev, Animal 101, Noodle Keeper, James Zuba, A Beans Universe. Hey! I don't know if he's in chat or not, but Puchu SJ, Devin McDougal, Delta 008, Noe Barnsonen, Hans Reinsdale, Shadow Man, Rebel Duck, Little Luna, and Andrew Wedekind. Welcome to the boosters. Welcome back to some of you. Appreciate it, Jacob, very much. Thank you. Remember when beavers had a limit on path distance? Oh, yes, I do. Yes, I do. It was miserable. It was so bad. So bad, dude. Let's see. It'd be great if they added bot colonies, and bigger maps and fighting mechanics. I don't think combat's ever going to be part of the game. Let me turn this off at triple speed here real quick so we can focus on getting this stuff taken care of. But I'm pretty sure combat specifically has been mentioned as not something the devs want to implement. Beans says, thanks for gifted membership. So he is here. Hello. Good to see you. I don't know the exclamation point commands work in this chat. I don't have any bots. I still remember districts for water beavers and how you finally delete... Yeah, oh, that was bad. It was... the problem with the districts with the water beavers is it is so hard to get everything through the district crossing. It is just ridiculously difficult. If you have folktails or iron teeth and, you know, you can subsist off of one super simple food, then yeah, okay, you can make it work pretty easy. But water beavers have like, what, 20 different types of food? You're not doing that. It's not happening. Yeah. I don't think combat really belongs in the game. Now, did I put this in correctly? I think I did. Yes. Yeah, I just wanted to have some sort of easy access to stuff, which all of these are going to be gone away. I do need to put in a little bit more there. Let's get this situated here, so I can put the rest of that across. But yeah, the whole really fun thing about this, I think, is that you can stack them just on top of each other, and then have a nice, simple bridge across. And then, in the process, you have housing for, math, 72 beavers. Pretty cool. I like watching the beavers run around. It's like when I used to spend a lot of time just watching my fish swim around or ants. But yes, exactly. It's really satisfying. It is super fun to see them just walk around and take care of stuff. There was a koi pond in... Okay, so there's going to be like 5 different layers of stuff happening here. I need you guys to just understand and appreciate where I'm going with this. So I have family who live in Southern California, and one of the nearby places in that general area is the mall where Back to the Future was filmed. And it's still there. I mean, malls don't really, in the United States at least, have not really held on very well, and it is, I guess, for lack of a better term, a dead mall. And there's a couple of things that have been replaced, so on and so forth. But the mall is still there. And when I used to go there as a kid in the 90s, they had a beautiful, like a huge koi pond that spanned like the entire food court and through a bunch of the different corridors and stuff. And there were so many koi fish in that pond. It was unbelievable. I guess triple speed this since I'm going to be rambling a little bit. But I love to go in there and just watch them for hours. It felt like hours. I'm sure it wasn't, because, you know, who's going to let a kid sit there for hours watching koi fish swim around? But that was just such a cool thing to see. And I always loved just watching the different fish. Like, you follow one fish from one side of the pond to the other. They have these little canals that go in between the different pools. You just follow your fish around. You see what he's doing. Same thing with the beavers. That's so much of the appeal of this game, I think. That to put in stuff that takes that away, I think would not be... I mean, I guess it would be cool, but it kind of removes a little bit of the magic from it, you know? Even with the regular faction, you really need 2 to 3 crossings to sustain them anyway. Water beavers probably 10 per district. Yeah, and that's the problem, is that water beavers, again, is such a complicated mod. It's really not well suited to large maps in terms of trying to supply stuff, because if it's too big, you really do have to have other districts. But then at that point, you have to have so many beavers working as district employees, for lack of a better term, that it becomes almost impossible to actually play the game. Because again, water beavers, everything's a house. So if you build a whole bunch of district centers, district crossings, whatever, I'm pretty sure those are also houses. Your population becomes enormous. And you have to feed them, which means you have to have more production, which means you have to have more beavers to work the production. It's like a constantly escalating arms race that nobody wins. Buildings don't line up. No, no. No, see, that lines up. It's perfect. Nothing wrong with that. You're absolutely right. Oh my god, dude. No, I forgot. I forgot. I forgot that wasn't going to work. Oh, this is terrible news. Absolutely terrible news. Oh, no. Okay, so, huh. Well. Oh my god, dude. It was such a good idea. It was such a good idea. I didn't even stop to think about if it would be possible. I just said, oh, well, that's where the door is, so it has to go here. Yeah, about that. About that. It's it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. So, I mean, if I turn this around and then have some sort of other thing come out here, I could. Okay, let's try this here. Let's do a little bit of an experiment, shall we? This is already such a disaster. Because I really like the idea of the house just emptying right out into this ladder here. If we were to do this, just try a 3x1 here. Put in a triple. No, it has to be a double. This is incredibly stupid, so just bear with me here. If you put this in like so, put this guy this way, and then off of this, you have yourself a little overhang. See, I'm just like desperately clutching at straws to try to make this viable. But you see what's going on here. This goes in, and then you have another platform on top of that, and then you put that way, and then you put that way. All of a sudden, now you have something that's viable. And this would almost touch. Almost. So, now the idea would be, what if we moved this to the side so it lined up that this path was attached here? Because I'm pretty sure I could make that work. Or we could even do... Oh, you know what? Alright, here we go. This is going to be one of the stupidest things I have ever attempted to accomplish here. But I think it's going to be worth it. Let's just let them cook here. If I keep this at this exact setup here, I'm pretty sure this is going to work. The balcony between the two buildings was not lined up. There wouldn't be passage. I mean, well, if I'm understanding what you're saying correctly, you could see the red line or the green line or whatever actually appear between the buildings if you're looking closely. So the buildings directly abutting each other do work. But we just have to figure out how to connect everything else. I think that what we're about to do is going to be, 1, incredibly stupid. 2, incredibly awesome. If nothing else, it's going to make for good stream content. Will they ever add weight limits to platforms and dams? I sure hope not. The beaver engineering being the eternal meme is just absolutely perfect. It's wonderful. Meanwhile, they still haven't built all this garbage because we've been so focused on trying to build the ultimate nonsense here. Oh, I should prioritize the dynamite. You're absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. There's just so much stuff absolutely everywhere. Thoughts on 3D terrain blocks? It's going to be awesome. Going to be super cool. I am very excited to see it. I have no idea when the update's coming out on experimental. And I doubt they give me any advance warning. But I am fully prepared to just completely eviscerate every possible opportunity of exploiting that. Like somebody made a mention, it was either in one of my comments or the Discord or something, about a an ant farm style diorama map, which would be super fun. Alright, so now we're going to pause again so I can think, because that's how this works. Alright, so what I'm doing is I'm going to put a house here and a house here, so that this would line up in the center. So what has to happen now is I've got to have enough overhangs to go out this way here, which I think I might actually have to... I might have to do something a little bit stupid here. See, if I put this out like so, then I'm going to have the 2x1s here. But I need additional space over here, so this is going to have to be blasted out as well. Everything just gets so complicated with this. But, no. This needs to be 3x1s. Glad I caught that. Yeah. The reason it has to be 3x1s is because this has to go... No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Stop deleting stuff. Just build it. I know. It's going to be okay. See, you do this. And then you do this. Look at that. Look at that, folks. Because you know what comes up from here? Is you have this guy, and then you have probably the scratcher for recreational opportunities. And then you got that, and then you got that, and then you got that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that delightful? How incredibly stupid it is? Oh, this is so dangerous. So now, you know what I want to do is I want to have these where they're touching right here in the middle. Or do I want to leave a gap? I might actually be able to do that. Except now I'm going to have to think about how this is going to work here. Yeah, I'm going to have to do some more dynamiting. Well, we'll build the other bit on the other side here later. But right now, I just need this to actually work. So this goes here. Then this can have a path that can go here. And then I have room for one more thing at the very end. Well, I guess not, because I have the scratcher there. This bridge is going to go away, by the way, once that's a thing. Wait a second. I'm going to create the most hilariously obvious opportunity for these to connect, and then they're not going to connect, and it's going to be really funny. All right, let's see. What did I miss in chat here? Colony inside of a giant frog. I mean, I guess. Don't ask me to make it. I'm not going to do it, but feel free. Anyone else like watching things burn? Assuming in reference to all this nonsense. I guess I will put in a simple staircase just so we can actually get this built. I do quite like this, though. This is it's completely insane. Is this a new faction or mod? It is a mod. The Emberpelts mod. Kind of want an updater mod that makes the various wood have their own usage, like one type for houses, one for liquid storage, one for fuel. That would be cool. because, you know, there's different types of wood that are better suited for different things in real life, so that would be a very smart thing. I've always wondered why the larger tanks don't require, like, pine resin, for example, as a sealant. Because that's a lot of weight and a lot of water pressure to deal with. None of the beavers heard of elevators. You know what? I don't know that there's an elevator mod, but I'd be very interested. No, the abyss thing in the water beavers doesn't count because it doesn't actually take you to a separate destination. It's just its own thing. Housing complex hanging above the river, accessible from both sides. Well, that's what we're trying to do with the bridge nonsense that we're going to have connected here. Good evening. Which map is this? This is Terraces with the Emberpelts faction mod. Can you send me some planks? Yeah, sure. I'll put those in the mail. Final hour of the stream is just going to be them building everything. Bold of you to think it's only going to take an hour. Instead of making the funnest possible opportunity to make them not connect, you could just make them connect. Yeah, but what's the fun in that? Remember, this is supposed to be as funny as it is not funny. That doesn't even make sense. I didn't forget about you. Just haven't seen you in a while. But it's good to have you back. Levees should also require pine resin. Yeah, by that logic, they really should. And in the Water Beavers mod, they do. But I feel like it makes sense from a playability standpoint why that's not a thing. But at the same time, if you're going to make, like, for example, if they put a height limit on the levees, where you could only build like a normal levee, say 2 or 3 blocks high, but if you wanted to go higher, you had to have a reinforced one, either made out of metal or with some sort of pine resin or whatever. That would be interesting. I don't think they'd ever add it to the game, to the base game, because I don't think the average player really wants to deal with that. But, you know, if you're like a sicko who has 700 plus hours in the game like I do, then... Actually, do I even have 700 hours? It's got to be close. But anyway, you play the game enough, you're going to want more from it. Can you check beavers? Oh, you want to see if your name's on here? I don't think it is. We have 1,400 names on the Beard Booster list now. Yeah, there is no Elzen, unfortunately. Yeah, I've always wondered why there's no wood food item, considering that they just eat wood. Although, I will say, the folktales, when you make the books, it does say that they eat the books after reading them, which is really funny. But I don't know, I don't think that's so much of a food thing as it is a just, alright, well, I'm done with this, I'm going to eat it thing. Yeah, the water beaver requirements are absolutely bonkers. It is very hard. 700 hours is nothing. Well, keep in mind that it's essentially every second of Timberborn I have ever played, with the exception of loading maps to check and see how I want to play them, and maybe, I don't know, the first half hour that I played of the game, all of that has always been recorded and uploaded to YouTube. I basically never play this game not making videos. Or streams, or whatever. Yeah, Battery shows up to streams all the time. I don't know if we'll see him today, but maybe. I think there should be a simple dirt mine when they just hand dig that gives 1/10 of the dirt of the excavator's slow early game terraforming. Here's another idea. And I think, I can't remember who brought this up, but if you had dynamite, when it detonates terrain, generate rubble, like dirt, that you could pick up, or you'd be forced to pick up and store somewhere, and then you could just put that back down. But if you wanted to, you know, get mass quantities of it, you still have to have the excavator. That would be cool. Amperes are a project that Battery Smooth has been quietly working on, yes. I don't have any idea what the progress of that is, or if there's progress. Have you made your own map? No, I am not really that kind of creative person. So I don't think I could make a very good one. But a lot of people in the community do. And there's at least one or two that I've got saved for, hopefully, use in another video series eventually. Trying to give people a little bit of exposure that way. Yeah, Flywheels mod is awesome. One of my favorites. We've got it here, I just haven't used it yet. You should have a map making contest and then play a new series on the winning map. That would be a cool idea. But as long as Mechanistry is running one where you can actually win money, I'm going to tell people to do that. Which I'm not sure if the applications for that one have closed yet, but they, at one point, don't be mad at me if it's already closed and I'm telling you to go check it out, but they were offering 1,000 euros. I think it's 1,000 euros. Either that or USD. It's close enough where the amounts, it's not that different, if I'm wrong. But the winning map, I think, is going to get some sum of money with a comma in it. And then a whole bunch of promotion. I can't give somebody 1,000 but they can. So do go check that out. I think there's probably a link on their Twitter or website or Steam or something. It would be nice if you could dynamite trees below you. Yes. That would be so useful. Oh man, the Water Beaver map, the Water Beaver playthrough I was doing on the Lemon Canyon map was so frustrating because of trying to get those trees out of there. Okay, 1,000 euros for the winning map and 500 for second. That's pretty good. Go jump on that, map makers in chat. Please do. Not familiar with Flywheels. Going to look it up. Please do. Flywheels basically is essentially a reskin of the functionality of a gravity battery with the added challenge of, I guess, power loss over time. But there's so many cool things you can do with this. Like, I always love building these large vertical framed flywheels, but you can build these things, like this large flywheel here, just in a gap somewhere, and then they have little gears that turn around. It's really, really fun. It's super cool. And then these framed ones will actually connect to junctions that will enable you to transfer power to all sorts of different other spots. And the small horizontal and small vertical framed flywheels, I believe, unless it's been removed, have a little bit of an Easter egg with a reference to me in there, which is cool. Of course, this is the thing that gets built first that can't be used. Fantastic. Time for a new builder's hut. Well, the only reason we have free beavers is because I got rid of this stuff, and they haven't built it yet. So we technically don't have free beavers right now. Oh, no. Yeah, people send me maps all the time. When I say all the time, I mean it's happened at least once or twice. No, people have sent me maps that they've made, wanted me to play on them. I can't always do it, which is unfortunate, but it's really cool to see people's creations for different things. There's one that I really liked that I was going to do for a new hard mode playthrough before I decided to punish myself with Lemon Canyon with the Apocalypse mode stuff. But there's still plenty of opportunities for us to get into something else, and I think I'm going to be able to use the other map. The one that I got sent that I said I was going to use. Missed the first hour of stream. What have you done? What have you done? We have this area being configured, reconfigured. I'm moving all of the food production over here, period, point blank, so we can expand farming. And then the last several minutes has been theory crafting an idea for the most nonsense beaver apartment complex in history, which is currently attempting to be constructed. But there's so much other stuff that has to be built first that it's probably not going to happen for a while. Who made this mod? It is a... I believe his username is bobbing about on the Timberborn Discord. There's a thread for it in the mods, but yeah, it is extremely well done. 134 people seems quite high. I remember there being only like 30. Yeah, well, it's been a long time since you've been in streams. But we had one over the summer, I think, that was 200 something. Yeah, people really like watching Beaver live streams for some reason. Yeah, 16,000 subs happened this past week, and that was really cool. Prioritize. Oh, okay. Well, the engine should be one of the next things to get built anyway. We'll go ahead and prioritize it. Server responses, we have about 400. Appreciate it. I should do a stream of Apocalypse mode. I don't know if that would work great as a stream, just because I keep getting distracted. But yeah, I guess cycle 21. I guess we could go ahead and build a couple of builders' huts if you really, really want to see those. But I don't have the extra beavers to fully utilize them, so I don't think it's going to end up being as good of a thing as you think it is. Well, we can go ahead and just get these guys in here. Deprioritized as workplaces, of course, but... Nuclear reactor and water beavers was interesting. Yes, it was. That was really cool. There it is. I'm not doing the number cruncher. Completely unnecessary. Yeah, actually, I should kind of match these to the doorways that are closest to them. Yeah, let's do that. Apple juice, beet and radish juice. Oh, that actually was. Okay. Tomato juice. What a great sound. This is tomato juice? Yes. Apple juice. And then that's going to be... And then canola oil can go all the way around. That's fine. Wait a second. I already had apple juice. What did I do wrong? Beet and radish juice, tomato juice. Corn juice. That's what it was. I think. Corn juice, tomato juice, beet and radish juice, apple juice. There we go. Prioritize. That works. And they built this, and there's nobody working there because there's nobody to work there because I have now 21 vacancies. Alright. Inventors become ultra deprioritized because that is no longer super necessary in the slightest. Anybody working in the builder's huts? Nope. Still not. Okay. Oh, I already had 2 of these things. Alright. It's not that big of a deal. I'm going to take this down to 2 beavers. See if that helps at all. Mod support made modding easier. Yeah. That is the consensus that I have heard. Mouth-washing station actually does not work in this mod. But I do have it installed for the other ones. The buildings by the presses aren't set to anything correct. Because this has not been correctly assigned yet. That needs wheat flour. So this one can make wheat flour. And then I'll do my cornmeal on this side. There we go. Nice and easy. Alright, and what other kind of nonsense are they supposed to be doing? Picking up all this rubble they have no room for? Well, it'll get used eventually. These 2 grills have not yet been... I guess, no, they have been replaced. That's fine. But I'm going to get rid of those at some point, eventually. Yeah, you can ask me anything about photography. I'm not an expert in everything about it, but I know a decent bit. I think the Emberpelts is really fun. Hopefully you enjoy it. I think someone could make a mod that basically adds the bots from the Water Beavers mod. I don't see why not. As far as I know, the Water Beaver bots are just scaled up, what, 200% or something, and then they can only work at that specific building. Or the balloons or something. Probably wouldn't be difficult. You're just modifying the parameters of how much weight it can carry at once. Okay. Still trying to pick up all the stuff off the ground. Still nothing going on over there. But now they can finally start working on all this nonsense. We need to build the underground pile, which is waiting on what? Well, we have all the pieces, so I guess it doesn't really matter. The lens is quite wide, not like the fisheye thing, but really wide, and the lighting is good and directed straight at the target. Could you build a number... Okay, you got me there. You got me there. I wasn't expecting that at all. Are there still builders with the vacancies? I think the answer to that question is no. I told you we don't have enough beavers for this. Especially because we have all these things going again. But we do have 4 in the district center. And we do, in fact, have some holler beavers. The clay stuff... Wait, I got rid of the kilns. Oh, that's right, because they're over here. For charcoal. Oh, so I'm not even making bricks anymore. Yikes. Okay, that was a mistake. I've got to fix that. But I need to figure out what I can pause to get some more builders. I mean, I guess if I really, really want to be dumb about this, I could just pause a whole bunch of stuff and then have everything built at once. But I think it's going to be very important that we build as much of this garbage as possible so we can actually have beavers, you know, have housing again. The ISO is too high on number cartridges. It blows them out. You got that right. Too much grain. It's okay on Apocalypse mode to just have one beaver in the hauling post on super high priority. Yeah. I think we're going to have to do that. Because that's... we're in a very bad spot. Spoiler alert for today's episode, if you haven't seen it. But it's next episode's going to be interesting. Would love to see a gym mod where the beavers can go work out and increase their own working speed. That would be very cool. Or have some sort of a temporary buff of, I don't know, like a plus, even just like 10% to whatever their carry speed or carry capacity, working speed, whatever it is. Or you can make beaver steroids. Okay, there you go. The minute you pass 6 vacancies, that means a hauling post. Yeah. Yeah, and I think that is probably why what happened. Is because everything was just so inefficient. Ever played Railroute? I have not. We played a game last year on stream called Sweet Transit that was about routing trains through different things. That was a lot of fun, but also a lot. Backpack manufacturer building for hauling capacity increase. That would be interesting. I only have 30 beavers. How am I going to send them to Happy Funland? That's not going to end well. Like, why are they so slow at this? Like, I have materials. I know it's only 4 beavers, and I know blah, 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 but I feel like they should be building a little bit quicker than this. Well, hey, somebody called me a communist because I was playing the Workers and Resources game, so anything... people are going to get mad at anything. Although I think the funniest one, I do not remember who it was, and I wouldn't tell you their name anyway, but somebody left a comment on the Penguins, like one of the first episode of United Penguin Kingdom, was like, I can't support this game because it supports the tenets of communism because children are living away from their parents. Like, this is a game about penguins. What are you doing? I'm not making any political endorsements at all. This is a game about penguins. But yes, I would like to avoid doing war crimes in the beaver game. Choo Choo is working with Update 6. I just have not had a chance to use it yet. If you send literally everyone to Happy Funland Farm, you have enough food to feed 6 baby beavers to adulthood. Okay, but then what happens? When all those beavers grow up, and there's now no longer enough of them to grow more food or pump more water. What happens then? Can't you try to pump up all the water if possible, create a new district, move all the spare beavers? There are no spare beavers. Saving only, for example, 10. I mean, that's always possible. But not something I want to do. Do we even need to still have... Oh, nobody's working here anyway. Alright, well that solves that problem. I don't have any storage for dynamite, which means I don't need these guys to be working here. It solves that problem really quick. I thought I had storage for all of my stuff here. I really don't have storage for metal? I don't have a deep storage for metal? Huh. Well, I guess we need to do something about that. Yeah, definitely do. Well, if I can at least get one of these tenement lodges up and running, then we're going to have a lot of our problems solved because the beavers will just breed to fill that space. And that's what they're working on. They just have to, you know, actually build it. Because it just takes time. What about the bad water pump on the cliffside? Yeah, we don't need this. But there's not... Oh, you know what? Not only do we not need this, it's going to be impossible for it to ever work again. So, yeah, that gets to go away. We can harvest all this stuff back again. First video of yours I watched was on this map. Yeah, that would have been... Oh, was that the very first one? Was that update 3? I think it was... It was either update 2 or update 3. Right when they had made the change, or were about to make the change to the district thing. Because they had 2 separate buildings, if you remember. I forget what they were called, but you had to build both. And you had to select which items were going to be imported or exported or whatever. Does faction even have number crunchers? Yes, it does. It does, in fact, have number crunchers. Okay, so this is built, but they can't get to it yet. They're working on it, though. I'm not building it. I have no reason to have number crunchers until we get to bots. Ever tried using priority settings? This is literally prioritized right now. Oh, well then. Yes. Yes. I usually don't use them for a whole lot of stuff. And especially not, like, farms for prioritized resources, because I'm going to forget, and it's going to be bad. You should pay Battery Smooth for a mod where you build a number cruncher and it blows up. Well, what would the point of that be? Oh, to troll the people who want number crunchers? Okay, well, now that you've said it, I can't do it because people are going to be expecting it. Oh, yeah, you guys who haven't been here the whole time, when we played Cities Skylines, these people would not shut up about building 50-lane roundabouts. It's actually kind of funny, honestly. But, yeah, I missed that. I really want to do Cities Skylines too. You have no idea, man. But I can't run it that well on this computer. We have mellowed out and will now settle for a 45-lane roundabout. Well, you know what's funny is somebody actually made a mod for Cities Skylines 1 that had some crazy number of lanes on a highway. And I got it, and it was really dumb. It was really funny, though. Yeah, Cities Skylines 2 did not launch in what I would consider to be a playable state. And they've been working really hard on fixing it, and it is a lot better now than it was. But it still is not even close to the original in terms of what you can do, and especially what you can build, because there's still not custom assets yet. Like, I feel like they were really pressured by the publisher to just go ahead and ship it, when it really needed at least another full year worth of work. It's very, very unfortunate. Kerbal Space Program 2, yeah, same kind of deal. Do external GPUs over Thunderbolt still boost performance? I have no... I've never used one of those. Went to Aruba. The whole island only has roundabouts. Mother literally couldn't handle a 3-lane roundabout. Aruba's cool. I mean, last time I would have been there would have been 25 years ago. But, no, very, very nice down there. I love roundabouts. I don't know why people can't figure them out. Like, I can't come up with words. I really can't. The area in which I live has slowly been adding some roundabouts over the past 15, 20 years or so. And it is mind-boggling how bad people are at using them. I'm never going to understand it. I'm never going to understand it. Like, did these people even take driver's ed? Because when I took driver's ed 20 years ago, we were taught about roundabouts, and it was like the easiest thing to understand that I could ever think of. And then I'm driving, and even like the other day, I'm waiting to go into a roundabout, yielding like you're supposed to do to whoever's currently in a roundabout, and then the person in the roundabout stops and waves for me to come in. Like, no, that's not how this works. You cannot stop. You're going to cause an accident. What is there to not figure out? You tell me, man. Some people are just really dumb. How to handle people being bad at roundabouts? Add more mass transit. Yes. However, for some reason, people in the U.S. really hate me. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. We're gonna have the mass transit rant again. No, but it's, man, I don't understand it. I really don't. It's such a simple thing. Yeah, go in when it's clear. That is literally the rule of the roundabout is, are you in the roundabout? If you are in the roundabout, keep going. If you are not in the roundabout, do not enter if there is a car in the way. I don't understand what's so hard about it. Do you have enough water? Yes, I got almost 7,000. Yeah, the bus has to exist for you to take it. I don't know if they patched it, but for the time in Cities Skylines 2, there's a bug where industrial sector would suddenly start making millions, making money worthless. Yeah, I think they fixed that. There were some weird bugs with finances and import-export and resource allocation, but I think most of those have been addressed. Have you tried moving your district center one tile so it's neater? We're going to move it somewhere else. I haven't decided where yet. Watch someone go backwards through a new roundabout. Yikes. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. What other custom buildings does the faction have? I will show them to you. So, we have, well, crops aren't buildings, but we have a bunch of new crops. We have radishes, we have tomatoes, we have beets, we have bell peppers. Canola's not new, wheat's not new, corn's not new. In terms of trees, we have apple trees that I guess have replaced mangroves, but they don't function the same way because they don't have to be grown in water. And then when you get over to all this other stuff, this is all the same, but they have decorative floors that you can just put down that look nice. They don't have any function, they just look cool. When you get into landscaping, everything's exactly the same. They have the contamination barrier from the Folktales, not the irrigation barrier from the Iron Teeth, which is nice. Storage. There is a new large industrial pile that holds 600 items. It has the entrance on the second floor. There's the underground pile from the Folktales as well. And then the industrial pile from the Iron Teeth. So you kind of get the best of both worlds there. Same old warehouse as you're expecting. And then there's also the underground warehouse from the Folktales. And then you have small tank like normal, medium tank like normal, large tank like normal with, I think, a slightly different design. And then there's the underground tank, which is great. Kind of similar to what the water beaters have, but obviously you don't have to blast out to use it. District management stuff's all the same. Housing, you have the Folktales lodges with the exception of... Now you have this double vertical lodge, which is neat. And this vertical lodge, which holds 3 and is just this turned on its side. Triple lodge like the Folktales. Then you have the large lodge, which is basically the small barracks from the Iron Teeth. And then you have the tenement lodge that we've already built, which is just a stacked triple. But both of those doorways connect. Water-wise, you have an automated water pump, which we are currently using here. Did I have this set correctly? I think I did. Yeah. Yeah, there is a little tiny bit of splashing that does occur here when the bad tide starts, but that's taken care of. Yeah, the automated water pump puts out every 0.4 hours too, so it's basically almost not quite twice as efficient as the normal one, but you don't have to have a beaver working there either, which is great. And then they have access to the bad water discharge and the bad water rigs, so the best of both things from the other factions. Food-wise, everything's the same, except you also have the press that can do all the different foods into juices. Wood-wise, everything's the same, except you don't have the treated planks, because the treated planks have been replaced on the clay thing here. We have a clay pit that can be built anywhere. You get clay out of the ground, and then you can put it in a kiln to make bricks, or you can do wood to make charcoal. Metal is the same. And then, oh, well, except the mine doesn't take treated planks, it takes bricks, because bricks replace treated planks. Power-wise, you have the compact water wheel, you have the Wheel of Suffering. That thing that they walk on, you have regular power shafts, you got vertical power shafts, you've got the regular windmills, slightly redesigned. You've got a small engine that does not require metal, so you can build that early game, and we did build it early game. You got the regular engine, but it makes 500 HP instead of 400. And then now we have a fuel engine that, well, you burn fuel and it makes 1,000. And then science-wise, of course, they have, yes, the number cruncher, refineries with a bunch of recipes for fuel. Well-being combines the best from the Iron Teeth and the Folktales, so you get the contemplation spot, you get the decontamination pod, you get the scratcher, you get the old style of carousel, exercise plaza, detailer, and then you get the dance hall. Decorations, pretty much the same stuff the Iron Teeth has. And then monuments, you have the same Iron Teeth monuments, with the exception of the Wonder of Fire, which is the end-game thing. And this is cool. But we're still pretty long ways off from having that. Hopefully that answers your question about what new items are in the game for this. Now I gotta scroll way back here. People are dumb sometimes and forget about safety and predictability to be polite. Wouldn't be as much of a problem if there weren't such a lack of numbers being crunched out of... You God, come on. Come on. This is going to be like that thing on Reddit where every post gets turned into either the Loch Ness Monster wanting $3.50 or that kid whose dad beat the crap out of him with jumper cables. That's exactly what this is. Apple trees are... okay, chestnut replacements, but the chestnuts are edible. Okay. I guess I... Okay, because this icon looks more like the mangrove icon. That's what messed me up. I feel like pine resin for large tanks makes a lot of sense. Yes. Yes, it really would. But this one uses bricks, which I guess is also fine. The driving rules here make roundabouts difficult. Who has priority, the F350 or the 3500? Well, it depends. Is it a Ram 3500 or is it a GMC? Because the Ram guy is never going to yield to anybody else. Ever. Regardless of being wrong. Let's see. Can you build a narrow house exactly in front of an entrance path? Probably. If you can't dodge, you got to ram. Yeah. I mean that's how a lot of the people that drive those treat people on the roads. Texas road rules are absolute chaos. I don't think I ever want to drive in rural Texas at night again. Ever. It's terrible. Does pine resin do anything at all in this mod? I think it's used in a recipe for fuel. Yeah. No, I'm sorry. Lubricant uses the pine resin, which is kind of funny because resin is sticky, but whatever. And then I think there's probably something else. Like one of the foods, maybe? No, that's maple. So I guess that might be it. Just with the lubricant. Can you explain why you're so quick to delete buildings instead of letting the haulers move the materials? Because it's a pain in the butt to wait. It's so annoying. Then I'll forget about it. If I delete it, then it's deleted. And then it's just stuff on the ground. Oh, I'm sorry. Tree 50. You're correct. Not 350. Ah, yeah, the one I see on Reddit is where everything turns into John Cena versus The Undertaker in Hell in the Cell. Yes, where he throws them 16 feet off the top of the cage into the announcer's table. Still love what Water Beavers did with the carousel mod. Oh, man, that was hilarious. Man, that was... I think that might have been one of the funniest things I had ever seen in this game. When that just... It started going off and it's got that cheerful music going. Meanwhile, the guy's just going... Blah, 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 getting, like, shoved under the surface of the water. You're going to get clean one way or another. I just got the post-apocalypse beaver game for Christmas for my kids. Nice. Enjoy. Obviously, I like the game. I wouldn't have made 700 some videos about it. But yeah, it is just so much fun. And it's very replayable. Obviously. Infinitely replayable. Even on the same map. There's so many different opportunities to do different stuff. Going back to the map making contest, I'm sure your members and viewers could crunch out a number. Oh my god. You guys are nuts. You guys are nuts. No, the narrow lodge, it just goes right in front of anything. Super easy. I don't know what else you want me to do with it, but not a problem to put that pretty much anywhere. The steel bridge is a mod or the base game? This is now the base game in Update 6, the overhangs. There was a mod in, I think... Well, the first time I saw it was Update 4 called side platforms that would function in a similar fashion. And then I guess that functionality was adopted into the main game with the overhangs to a certain extent. The side platforms didn't require a base to go down on. The side platforms attached, well, to the side of terrain. Or other platforms, depending on which platforms they were. Which was great. We used that in the diorama playthrough in Update 4. Check out the new update of Manor Lords and do a series of it. Manor Lords probably is just going to be a live stream game for me, to be perfectly honest. But I would like to get back into it. Still working our way through a bunch of Beaver game stuff. But I think hopefully soon we can do another little bit with Manor Lords. There's a lot of new cool stuff that I think is great. I would love to have a chance to check out. Yeah, so diorama is in fact where the number cruncher thing started. Oh no, the red bridges were a different... Okay, no, that you're talking about something else. Remembered some playthrough where we had a lot of metal bridges. That was, I think, path extension mod. And those are designed where you could either put paths on them, or you could put, what do you call those things? Power shafts, or train tracks was just what we mostly use them for. The population is really climbing. Yep, because we built a whole bunch of these things here. So now we actually have builders that we can, well, build with. So, let's go ahead and continue building this nonsense out this way. I think this is going to be a decent thing here. Yeah, now what's going to happen is that's going to get finished. We're going to have a huge quantity of additional beavers. We're going to probably need to, you know, space them out a little bit. But as these additional buildings come online, I'm going to start removing the rest of these guys. So we try to even it out a little bit. Theme for Update 7 seems to be making the vertical terrain with the different overhangs and stuff. So that'll be fun. Emberpelts seem to have everything early game, or late game rather, but I'm not sure they have enough early game. Remember the early game with the small engine? This is very, very easily accessible early on. And then you also essentially have access to all the food almost immediately because none of it is locked behind metal at all. So that's nice to be able to have the variety there. Hold on. Water floodgates. Oh, you're absolutely right. Absolutely right. I forgot. Thanks for reminding me. Yeah, you see how low this gets just immediately? Does pathing extend through the tenement building? Yes. That's the whole reason we're doing this. Can you use it to get a rooftop terrace in the other building? Yep. If the only way was through the building, absolutely. That is correct. Horizontal dynamite would be something else. But I don't know that they're going to allow you to do that. I don't know. We're going to have to see what happens. Take a moment, look at the new press area closely. What's wrong with it? Stuff is being pressed. They're not... They're drinking all of the fluids, I think, before they can actually be turned into something, but... Get rid of those real quick. Now, why does this say... Oh, that's that one thing there. See the path in the upper left corner. This? What's wrong with that? This is to match this until I can do terraforming. You can add a I mean, I could, but what's the fun in that? If you really, really want it, then I guess we can do it. That's fine. I have made an incredibly minor improvement to beaver efficiency. Sure. Sure. I could do detailers in those spots if I felt like doing that. Right now, I am trying to make sure I can actually do this the way I think I want to do it. If I put this guy here, then I'm going to have a one wide gap between here and this other thing, which I think would be nice so that, you know, all the windows can be windows. How do I send you videos of my kitten watching your videos as he's getting older? I mean, there is a pet channel in the Discord. If you don't want to do Discord, that's perfectly fine. There's plenty of people who really hate Discord, but that would be probably the best way. Otherwise, I don't know. Does YouTube allow you to post links and comments? Probably not. It's actually probably a good thing. But yeah. One wide gap is good for aesthetic purposes. Noted. I've got to be able to put in something here. I think I could be okay if I did my overhangs like this. But I also have the problem of not having any room to add anything else over here. So I think what's going to have to happen is that this is going to have to get blown up there, which of course we can't get to right now. So we'll do that. That has to get blown up there, then that has to go all the way across if we're going to match this other nonsense. Look at this. Look at this. That is pretty ridiculous looking, but it's fine. Are they actually able to build the new tenement buildings? Oh no, they can't reach it. Oh no. That's a shame. Well, we're going to end up doing something with this. Maybe. This does look cool though. I like this a lot. An even gap would be better for bridge purposes. Yeah. Yeah, it would. Okay, if we did that, then I have to just keep blowing all this stuff up just constantly. If they can't reach it, will they actually be able to live in there? Yes. The issue is that the builders can't reach it. Because the builders have a distance that they're allowed to go off of a path. And I don't think they can build this from inside itself. There has to be somewhere they can stand to build it that's actually accessible, which currently is not a thing that exists. So beavers actually, farmer beavers, do have little hats. I don't know if you can see. But they do have little farm hats. Pretty fun. And I think beavers who are working as haulers will have like some sort of backpack strap thing. I don't know if we have any nearby here. Yeah, they're sitting on the benches. Anybody got a little aha? Yeah, see, he's got a little strap thing. It's holding this crate of apples on there. I think there was a third. I don't know which one. I don't know which one it would be, but I think you might be right. Okay, so if we're going to do an even size gap, then that means that this and this do not have to be here. Then I can actually get away with doing this. Right, like so. Aha, but now, friends, I have to do one of these numbers, and then that gets, this all gets removed. Ah, lag. Uh-oh, I see something green. I see something green. What'd you do? Well, hey, it's Josh. Again with the milestone. Time is meaningless. You are correct. Time is an illusion. It's good to see you. We're currently trying to do stupid nonsense with chaining buildings together, which the beavers don't want to allow to happen. But I think once I have one of these built, it's going to let me do it. So how we're going to accomplish this is put in two little ladders right here, and they can just reach up and build it. And then once that's done, they'll have access through the top of this to get over to the other side, because I can't really put this anywhere else. Can chain buildings together. These specific, because of the design, these tenement lodges in this modded thing, the doorways, there's one designated as an entrance, and the other one still functions as a doorway, but is not designated as an entrance. So you can make the top doorway align to the bottom doorway of the next one up, and it's just going to daisy chain them together forever. But the builders have to be able to actually access it to build it, which they can't do from inside the footprint of the building they're constructing. So that's why this hasn't worked. But in theory, this can just endlessly go all the way up to the absolute build limit of the map, which seems to be right here. Now, are we going to do it this way? Probably not. But I thought it was funny, so I wanted to do at least a little bit of it. Does the excavator require bots? I don't know. No, that was changed in... Could have even been update 6. It's either 5 or 6, because it used to be the excavator had to be run by bots, and then there was a... Actually, no, it wasn't the excavator. There's a separate building, the terraforming station, had to be run by bots, and that would actually put the dirt down, but now the regular beavers can do it. See, there they go. They just built this other tenement lodge, and now we've got all sorts of extra space. Let's take more of these buildings out here. Get this mess out of here so I can actually continue building other stuff. Alright, now I can put in this here, and then that gets... That's the wrong height. I did it again. I did it again. I did... Why? Why did I do... Come on, man. Why did I do it to myself? This did not need to be blown up. It needed to be filled in. See ya, Kurt. I say 2 minutes after you're probably already gone. Nothing's stopping me from doing the excavator except that it has the requirement of using the extract, which we're not currently producing. Leave it wrong? No. I'm not leaving it wrong. Your Steam Deck arrived. Nice. Alright, I've been informed there are cat pictures on the Discord, so let's... Okay, that's definitely not that. Ooh, that's a tuxedo cat. That's Elzen's cat. Okay, okay. The cat in the heavy box is funny. Aw. Oh, I love this. Look at all these kitties. Trying to think. Is that actually one of my videos? I don't recognize that. Yes, I am derailing live stream to look at cat pictures. You're welcome. Okay, no, that's definitely one of my videos. Yeah, I remember that one. Very nice. Very nice. I want a cat. But my dad doesn't want a cat, so we're not getting a cat. Alright, I've got to figure out how to solve this nonsense. So, these are clearly in the wrong spot. Because this, I forgot this was one block higher. This really messed me up here. So that is not the... Wait a second. No, it is. It is the correct height. I'm just stupid. Wait, no, it's not. I don't know. There's some sort of visual thing that is just absolutely decimating the logic center of my brain. Alright, I have the science. I'm going to just go ahead and unlock terrain blocks so I can just get this over with. Ah, but I can't do that. I can't do that. That part of it is unfortunate. So I think to do this correctly here, that's that. that goes there, and that's going to have to be that to get all of our pieces in place. Yeah. Okay. That's fine. That's going to go like that. I'm putting this in like this because I know if I don't, I'm going to forget about it, and nobody wants that. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We can't have unauthorized easy access to anything happening here. But did I? You know what? You know what? I might have actually done it again. I might have done it again to myself. It was actually right. It was actually. I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm gonna lose my mind. Is what's gonna happen here. Deep breath. Deep breath. Okay. I think it's because I can see the side of the building, and that's what's messing me up. This hurts. This hurts my brain. How long have I been live? Okay, almost 2 hours. All right. So, this is what I was trying to do this entire time. I was trying to do this. Just for the sake of being able to say, hey, you know what would be really stupid and also fun? This. Then I can take my little pathetic bridge pieces, and I can do that. That's all I've been trying to do this entire time. It's just this. That's it. That's literally it. This is so stupid, man. It's so dumb. Oh, no. So, yeah. That's all I wanted to do. Oh, come to think of it, this isn't really a very good use of space, because I'm not going to be able to put anything else here. Yeah, there is a mod that does height at wherever the cursor is. But I got tired of seeing the overlay in a spot I didn't want to see it, so I just said I'm not going to use it again, which is really stupid because the functionality was great. But I was tired of looking at it. Devilish, thanks for the 3. Appreciate you. The thing is an abomination, and I love it. Next comment. The housing setup is nice. You guys got to pick one. You got to pick one for consistency's sake. But yes, I really like this. I think this is cool. It is incredibly stupid, but at the same time, very, very interesting. Except now the problem is I forgot what I was having to fix here. That's always nice. Are we growing enough stuff to put through the presses, or are they just going through it that quickly? Does the tenant stack count distance from the district center? Probably. I can't imagine why not. This one says 45. That says 42. That says 39. So yeah, it does. Place a number cruncher in the middle. First of all, it's not going to fit. Second of all, it's not the right size to even match at all. So, yeah, we need to expand our farming. That was one of the things that I really, really needed to get done here. And then I proceeded not to do it, because I don't have enough irrigation happening. And I'm not really sure how this is going to work. Time to tear it down to place a number cruncher. Yeah, go right ahead. Go right ahead. Okay, what is saying that it can't reach? Well, somebody did a stupid thing here and forgot to put in access to this entire thing. So, I think I've got to put in that there. There we go. Yeah, that'll take care of it. Even though it could have been just platforms. Oh, this is horrifying. I can't get my camera in here. You know what? That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, this is some, like, beaver density right here. Drunken beavers. I would be very surprised if that wasn't already a thing. Oh, that's right. I was planting more crops, and then I forgot about it. Okay, so what are we constantly out of? Everything, I guess. Path to the house is still not connected. No, it's connected. We just fixed it. So now I have 54 empty spots. Not for long. Alright, so I think that's all the housing, except this stuff. Nope. Now all the housing's gone. Yeah, just get all this mess out of here. Medical beds, I guess I could leave those in there. And then we need to do an irrigation station. We need to figure out exactly how this is going to be set up. This isn't really a great... Oh, see, we're going to have a huge imbalance in beavers. Because all of this is coming on line at the same time. Let's pause one of these tenement lodges. So we can let those guys grow up a little bit. Well, the main bridge is going to go between the buildings just as soon as I have the ability to actually connect those. No, I have to figure out how I'm going to have my stuff actually connected here. Because these grills don't need to be here, because I already have that going on this side. That kiln is no longer needs to be paused. That goes away. So I have all this space. I have those farms there. It's not really a very good layout for farmhouses. I guess we can just rotate those 90 degrees. Probably pretty easy to take care of that. But I think the thing that's going to make the most sense is if I were to build... Where's the entrance? There's the entrance. Okay. I need to build a an irrigation thing. Probably right off of this, honestly. And then put stuff on top of it. So if I were to do... Because this is... The problem is this is a bigger farmhouse. It's a 2x3. I want to have a 3x3 irrigation thing. So I guess that would just have to fit here. It's probably about the right spot for it. One of these I definitely want to retain access to. So I want it to be 2 deep. No real reason beyond just I like it when these are 2 blocks deep. 4x4 has diminishing returns. 3x3 is still better. And I think if I do this way, then I can put the dump here. And that's going to be basically the best possible setup. Put a farmhouse on that tile. And then I will relocate these guys. In fact, by relocate, I could probably just get rid of both of these. And then have one more farmhouse in this general area here. Farmhouse and path perfectly fits, yes, but I also need to have the dump. Which is not going to fit if there's a path. Why not stack the farmhouses? Because then they don't have as much range on the ground. And we're not in hard mode. It's just annoying to keep up with it. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just get rid of all of this. See, this farmhouse here does not reach all the way out to the edge. This farmhouse here would reach all the way to the edge, but I think I want to go a little bit further. Just take that out all the way to there. I think should be fine. As this fills up, we won't need any more irrigation, so that's going to be okay. So I think a farmhouse here is going to be about as perfect, hopefully, as we can have. They have 3 beavers working in there. It should be okay, especially if I've got one here. That goes there. And then this district center probably needs to move to be... Yeah, see, look at that. Everything's good to go. Probably needs to be moved somewhere else, but I don't have an idea right now about that. That's gone, that's gone, that's gone. That's fine. See, this connects here. If we just moved this one more this way... I don't want to have space right next to the farmhouse and not be used to grow food, but this does need to be moved somewhere. I guess right here is probably fine. Just to put that like so. It's reasonably close enough. The ditches just make stuff evaporate quicker. It doesn't help. Put it on top next to the water source. See, I don't know if that actually is going to be smart or not, but I'm not, like, opposed to it. Because, you know, it will actually fit up here. It's not the worst idea ever. It would fit up here, but I don't think that's the best spot for it. This is a fun idea, at the very least. Alright, so it's 100% constructed, but the stuff under it's not? How does that work? No, I know, we need ladders to finish the apartments. I'm trying to get fewer child beavers before I unpause or build any more stuff. Because you don't want ever to have this many kids and that few adults. Because you're going to have population surges in a terrible, terrible way. Okay, just get this undone here. Yeah, so we had all those grow up at the same time. That's not what you want to see. It's really not what you want to see. Because they will reproduce quickly. Alright. Block that. Connect. Hello. Connect that. Unpause. And then that should just automatically refill everything. It is a big wave of growing up. Because we had an entire tenement house worth of children beavers. All at the same time. Yes, new district center does have to be renamed. Not Björg. Beaverburg 20. That's what this series is. Alright, so now that that's taken care of, I think we want to keep this path here. Get rid of this. Yes, the water is on the ground in the form of planks. It will be picked up, don't worry. They're already on the case. And now I just have clay that I don't have anywhere to put it, so that's fine. So, all this to say, yes, we are fixing most of our problems, but not all of them. This can get straightened out. Probably makes the most sense for that to be connected there. And then this farmhouse here, this farmhouse here, this farmhouse here probably is okay, but I think I will go ahead, just clear. Honestly, I kind of want to clear all of this and start it completely over, but I don't know if that's going to be a smart idea. Distance from the center make any difference these days? Probably not. Well, the other paths we can use aren't really anything super different. You just have the path with railings, and then you have the wooden path. And the wooden path is what I use to draw my little, not really an arrow thing. Okay, that's going to get moved. If I want it to be roughly equidistant from the others, then I guess here's probably the smartest thing to do. So these actually cover almost the same area. Well, this will be fine. If the stuff we grow over here is the stuff that grows slowest, like the canola takes 9 days, tomatoes take 5. So I think, yeah, we're going to have to tear this whole mess out. Just completely redo everything. So we'll just let them harvest it, then we'll restart. So the exclusive area of this farmhouse, relative to the other two, is essentially more or less this bit right here. So this should be the slowest growing stuff. Where is north? This way. Which, since we've rotated the district center, I guess is no longer actually correct, but it's fine. It's fine. I have never heard of Cosmotier. Unless somebody told me and then I completely forgot, which is entirely possible. So in terms of wheat, I think we're probably not that far off from having enough wheat. So I guess I could just keep this much as wheat and be fine. And then I think we might want another row. Might want another row of wheat, and then the rest of this could probably still be canola if I had this also be wheat. I think that's what we're going to want. Actually, not that. That could be wheat too. The rest of this, though, I'm really not sure. Spaceship building game like Space Engineers? I got Space Engineers, I don't know, probably 12 years ago. Played it for like an hour. I guess it just wasn't my thing. I know Skystorm is playing it, or was, I think. Wait, why am I deleting this path? I hope this actually works to the degree that I'm needing it to. I probably should have just clear-cut all of this, honestly. Not even waited, but you know how it goes. You know how it goes. Alright, so let's take a moment to think about our food-related needs. What are we going to need the most often for production purposes? I feel like beets are very important, but like all of this stuff is just like 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Except apples. There's a whole lot of apples, but we already have the trees, so that's fine. I think the trees are going to be okay. I do have the gatherer flag, so that's okay there. Hello. Wait, what am I not paying attention to? Oh. Well, hello. The beard today is bearding quite nicely. Did that last time and it started a famine. Yes. I think, okay, because I got distracted trying to mess with this garbage. That's what happened. Watching through fingers, food already growing from scratch in the middle of a birth wave, hoping we don't get a famine. I think it's going to be fine. We still have 2,000 food. Don't forget. We got a lot of baked beets. Hope these guys like baked beets. Oh, I don't want that planted there. I do want this planted here. So, I'm just going to kind of make stripes and hope it doesn't suck. Maybe we should plant some more stuff while we wait. Yes, that would be smart. It would be. But I don't know what I want to do yet. Beer is a food? I mean, that would be some pretty thick beer. It's liquid bread. Circles more efficient than stripes? Probably. Shouldn't you double your food processing? Well, probably. I don't know. Now you got me doubting myself. Do the strip planting like you did in the Iron Teeth playthrough. You talking about like the just strip, or the concentric not circles? How much longer do you plan to stream? Not a ton longer, but I do want to get all the stuff replanted. Since there's some place it looks like you want to make not farming stuff, that's still arable. Wait, that was the second part of another message. Oh, you could easily slap down some radishes on the bottom to let there be food in the interim. Yes. Let's do that. Just put a bunch of radishes here. I know that they're not going to grow in all of these spots, but that will allow them to get some sort of food going. That's a smart call. Because I'm not opposed to having like areas set aside for specific crops, but I feel like that leads to a lot of stuff not getting planted, not getting harvested adequately. And this, of course, wheat is never, ever going to be done. Oh, this is corn that's half grown. All right. So, I guess that's what we're going to do, is we're just going to clear cut all of this. I can hear your cries. They fuel me. Just get all this stuff that's not what it's supposed to be out of here, and we'll just start growing again. No, Boxing Day is pretty much, in North America, pretty much just Canada. Steam Deck, Goliath. Steam Deck is Valve's hardware for playing video games. It runs on a variant of Linux, and it's basically like a super-sized, like, Nintendo Switch kind of thing. But you can run a whole lot of games that run on PC on a Steam Deck. Timberborn is supposedly Steam Deck certified. Although I've not tried. So far behind on the series, wonder if I should just skip the last 2 lives and just start from now. Well, I will say that we have, in fact, made a tremendously ugly abomination of a tenement lodge thing, which is, I think, fun. But there's a whole lot that happens in live streams that does not involve actual gameplay, so if you want to skip stuff, I'm absolutely not going to be upset. Oh, they're not going to be able to reach most of this stuff. Are they? Okay, well that's fine. Alright, I'm going to start just, I guess, the easiest way to do this is just going to be strips. Tomato. Beet. Bell pepper. Remove the tank because it's in the way. We'll put something somewhere else. It's not ugly, it's neat. I mean, they can both be true at the same time. We got 12 kits. I think it's probably time to unpause this thing so they start making more now that these are closer to adulthood. Yeah, that's probably fine. There's still just so much stuff laying on the ground. I guess I have to wait for the builders to come pick it up. It is prioritized. Why are they not getting it? Because I got 42 beavers who aren't employed. I have so many builders. Get all this garbage off the ground. No, we don't need to put temporary paths to remove the rest of the crops because now they grew up anyway. 93% through the beets. No storage. I mean, this is literally just wheat. I don't know why they're not picking it up. I've got storage for everything. I think. Maybe I don't have storage for... okay. Okay, I see what happened here. I didn't have storage for the stuff that goes in the grist mills. That's a bummer. That's a bummer. What's this one? Wheat flour? Okay, so I guess I do have to have storage for wheat. That is cornmeal. I guess I could just make it also storage for wheat. Because I already have corn. That hopefully will get this stuff off the ground a little bit. Okay, that's empty. What was this? Bell pepper. Bell pepper. And then I'm not planting canola. I'm not planting wheat over here. So, corn time. And that takes 10 days to grow. Bell peppers take 6 days to grow. So I think we're going to have to make a couple of changes to this at some point. But for the time being, we got strips. Tomato, more beets. Why not? And then, wait, hold on. I already lost track. Tomato, beets, bell peppers. And then corn. I think this is the right way to do this. If it's not, I'm sure you guys will let me know. Most efficient to do circles. Yeah, but that takes effort because I have 3 different farmhouses, so maybe some other time. And I got all the radishes down here. That's probably actually not that smart to do it that way, but whatever. We can always add additional farmhouses. For right now, I think this is probably okay. Now I got 33 little ones again. But not for long. That is kind of the disadvantage of having these large tenement lodges that you can't restrict access to partially. Because you're always going to have spurts of 18 each. Half as many radishes because they're not good food. Okay, well, if that's the case, then I will take those out. But the radishes, I think, do go into recipes. Or at least these things. Yeah, you have to have, like, 1-for-1 beets and radishes to make beet and radish juice. So... never mind. We'll just leave that as it is. It's only in the juice. Really? Okay, well now I'm confused. This... I always forget what's in here. This is wheat. Yeah, see, now I have to decide exactly how I'm gonna... Wow, look at these all came in at the same time. Well, I mean, we do need radishes. Do I have storage for those? I have to, right? Yeah, okay, I do. Not able to access the platforms. Yeah, I know. I'm not trying to have any more houses available yet because I don't have a desire to have 100-something little beavers all at once. Alright, so now I have to make sense with myself what I did here. Tomatoes, beets, bell peppers, corn. Okay, so this... I don't know why this is so confusing to me, but my poor little brain can't handle it sometimes. Okay, that is beets. And that is tomatoes. So in theory, I have two complete, kind of, because this one's the same thing. I have two complete sets, with the corn being the thing that's planted the least. But corn has a massive, massive buff. Wait, no, not in this one it doesn't. This one doesn't have... Yeah, this one doesn't have the food factories. I'm thinking the other way around. One farmhouse on harvest priority. Probably should be this one. From the center here. A couple more strips of corn. Alright, well... I now have this completely done like that. So I guess... probably would make sense to have a couple strips of corn all the way up here. Maybe I need to have another farmhouse. I probably do, to be perfectly honest with you. More strips of corn here. You know what? You know what? We're not cavemen. We have technology. I'll put this right here. Why not? Why not? So tomatoes go there. Then if I do another row of beets, and I do another row of bell peppers, and then I have the corn up there, but if I do another row of corn, I think I have this set up perfectly. Another row of corn, another row of bell peppers, another row of beets, and another row of tomatoes. Then I just have extra bonus corn at the top. No, I'm not worried about it. We're gonna be fine. I'm waiting for these guys to finish growing up a little bit more so that I can actually get them up here. Not enough canola. That's a ton of canola. We already have 559 of the oil. I actually increased the amount of canola we had planted. If it's a problem, then I'll plant more. I don't think it's going to be a problem. There. Actually, that I think was supposed to be wheat. I think it was supposed to be wheat. Well, whatever. I don't remember what I planted anymore. This guy is waiting to grow into corn, and then he'll be harvested, and then it'll get turned into everything else. So, again, this is not necessarily how this is going to stay. This is just the easiest thing for me to go ahead and do, so we had food actually being produced. No idea when the next update's going to come out. But it has been 6 months since Update 6 hit experimental. Almost to the day. And I think between Update 5 and Update 6 setting experimental was about 9 months. Pretty sure. Yeah, because it was... September, it actually might have even been September 28th of 2023 when Update 5 went to experimental. So I would imagine we should see something maybe late January, early February at the earliest. I don't think they'd put out a teaser too far in advance. About a month in advance seems maybe about what you could expect. So I guess we'll find out. They have not told me anything. I do not expect they will tell me anything. But we will be there as quickly as we can whenever it does come out. Kind of hope they fix the little waterfall effect they tried working on. Yeah, that was great. For those of you who aren't familiar with what's being discussed, in early Update 6, there was a particle effect when you had water crashing down into a pool like this. And it looked really cool, but it was messing with something, so they took it out. I don't remember exactly what it was that didn't work, but it was causing problems. Level the growing mesa. Oh, you want this? Well, I guess we probably could at some point, but right now it's probably okay. These oak trees don't have... are they not in range? No, they're definitely in range. They just haven't gotten there yet, I guess. That's fine. Better do a live... look, trust me. As soon as that's happening, we're doing videos, we're doing live streams. Yeah, we got other stuff to do. I think probably approaching about the end of the time I actually have today to do this, but I think we can feel pretty happy with most of what we've accomplished so far today. I know, the food is going to be a problem. It's not going to be the end of the world. Remember, this is not hard mode. We have stuff growing in constantly. We're about to have more radishes in another day and a half, which is about when the existing stuff will run out. It's going to be fine. Don't worry. I think update 7 on diorama would be cool because you could technically have 200 plus beavers. Well, we had, if you watched my other series on that, we did a live stream. I think that was series number 10, maybe. We did about 400, was it 350 or 400 beavers on diorama without stacking farmland, and it worked pretty well. Radish plants were a great idea, I suppose. But in terms of leveling the growing mesa, yes, we do need to actually get some more space here. So I will go ahead and start the process. But I don't know exactly how much we're going to be able to use, depending on irrigation. Now they are prioritized. If I can click on the correct spot. Paper Lanterns mod would fit in well. I don't know that it works. I have it installed and enabled, so I'm guessing it doesn't. Unless I did something just incredibly wrong. But yeah, it would look great with all the different lantern things. Alright. Nobody's working, so... Okay, yeah, we've got a little bit of extra space here. I think... For lack of anything else right now, I think it's probably best to grow canola over here. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and do that. Because we know we're always going to need to use canola. It's just a question of what we can actually make good use of. I am so afraid to set this off again, but we're going to do it anyway. Okay, so they can't plant there because there's not enough moisture in the ground. But I think for right now this is probably fine. I want to leave some of this space open for moving tanks around. I could put some more apple trees in here. Just a few more. Make sure it's not marked for cutting. Now we're good. Yeah, we probably do need more hauling posts because we have quite a few beavers who are not working. But remember, the end goal of all my playthroughs is always to get the beavers not to have to work at all, period. So, I'm just going to go ahead and get this situated here. I know we have so many extra beavers, but adding 20 is probably going to be fine for right now. Hello, hello. Time for bots. Soon. Probably not today. But what I can go ahead and do is start putting in additional housing up here. Now that we're down to 11 children. Trying to space it out as much as I can with these, which is kind of impossible. Well, stopping the excavator was not having centrifuges, which is something we could go ahead and add soon. I know the food is very low. Don't worry, it's going to be fine. Okay, yeah, there's minimal irrigation happening over here. That's fine. So I think they should start building... Okay, this one first. All right. We are going to have to remember to pause this once it's built unless we want to have a huge explosion of population. I think we still haven't maxed out the capacity of these guys. Once everything is all said and done. Okay. So that definitely is getting paused, because now I only have 20 empty beds. But they can... Wait, they seriously can't build this? That's too bad. That's going to be annoying to get up here and actually build. Because now I'm going to have to do some unconventional stuff here. I guess the easiest thing to do would be to just have this come all the way up, and then they could build off from the side. Probably would make the most sense. I'm going to need the same thing over here, which means I'm going to have to disconnect this mess. One of these things. I think you need more juicers. I don't think we do. I think these things just need to be fully supplied and have a chance to catch up. But these beavers do be drinking, though. They're consuming like a fiend. You can't put campfires on top of anything. They have to be on the ground. That is the unfortunate thing about this. But since you brought that up, we do have space up here that is not irrigated. That would be a pretty decent location for some additional campfires. Ooh, not quite, but I suppose... Just go ahead and pop these things in here. Makes decent use of the land. Alright, I'll tell you what. Let's do... Okay, it's the end of the day. I'm not going to do it yet. A rooftop terrace, we could... But the way this is set up presently is not really going to be possible. We'd have to do this, I think. Yeah, and then use the 1x1 suspension bridges here. Yeah, we'd have to do this. And then we'd have to have overhangs touching everything. Which is going to be a weird thing to try and do here. See, I just don't know. I really don't know that that's going to be possible to do it that way. I think the best way is still going to be what we originally had. It's just complicated when we have the vanilla bridges that don't have side access onto this block. It ends up being a problem. Alright, yeah, so I'm just going to put this back the way it was. It's going to be easiest. Yeah, but as soon as this day is done here, I am going to replace this path with a ladder. Does the irrigation move vertically the same amount as horizontally? No. And it doesn't move the same amount going up versus going down. I don't really know what the exact numbers are, so I can't tell you, but it is different. Wait a second. Okay, these are no longer connected. That's fine. Irrigation, no, it's not really like a sphere. It's more affected by gravity than that. It doesn't go up hardly at all. It goes down, but it doesn't go down as much as it goes out, if that makes sense. Stairs instead of platforms would not solve our problem here, because stairs would still only allow the bridge to go directly, would not allow anything to connect to it. Ladders would. Ladders would. Which, here we go again for like the 5th time trying to rebuild this. If I take that away and I put ladders in here, 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 and here, and then put bridges in like that, then I think that connects. Yeah, it should. But you still have the problem of nothing bridging in between this. And you can't do anything about it unless you're building overhangs. But your overhangs, one, are not going to allow you to build on top of the bridge. Neither are your platforms. And you can't bridge in between effectively enough for it to make sense. So, like, there really is not a better way to do this. So, no, there's no way to be able to do that. The only way that would even kind of make sense would be to do something like this. And then plop that in like so there. Which, I guess that works. It's just a little ugly, so. Oh, here I go again. This whole area is going to be disconnected because I've got to put ladders. But I think this is going to be worth it. Hook up the platforms with the ladders. I mean, it's up to interpretation. What you think looks better. This is more functional, at the very least. Well, if all the beavers are homeless for a day, it doesn't solve the population problems. It just makes the numbers look different. It's still the same amount. See? There you go. How the heck did they build this first? How did that work? Doesn't make any sense at all. 6 platforms? What? I don't think I understand what you're saying there. Yeah, we could do decorations next to the bridges. That is true. We got these guys right here. That would actually be a very smart thing to have because they contribute to the fire need. If I do one here and one here, then that's all I need for everything. That is pretty smart. Beaver busts. Same kind of deal. Within 2 tiles. So those do technically hit everything. Not too shabby. Don't spam the same 2 decorations. So no, now all of the beavers are going to have all those decorations. What's bad about that? Nope. No number cruncher. Platform over the ladder in the single... yeah, you bet. You bet. Nice and simple. Oh, also we have the half pieces too, which is fun. But we're not quite there yet. Oh, it's so ugly. It's so hideous. Okay, what did I just build that needs to be paused? Probably that. Well, beaver bust is a decoration. Because we don't need a number cruncher. We're not consuming science. Remember, that takes an entire engine all by itself. I'm not smart enough to be an architect. Alright, well I think I can build these terraces now. I just need to not have extra beds quite yet. Ooh, food is under 100, you're right. How exciting. Yeah, honestly, this does look kind of cool. Even as ugly as it is. Food is an awful lot under 100. Yes, 0 is actually under 100, but look, plenty of stuff is growing in. It's finally fully matured, all of our farming stuff. Death wave? Nah. We're fine for right now. 1x3 roof tiles. I don't think those exist. No, I just got 1x2s. That's it. If you haven't seen it show up, it's not there regarding beaver names. You are not showing up currently. You're on the list. You were never removed from that, but no, there's no L's in beaver. New Apocalypse episode. Next one will be on Tuesday. Kind of looks like a castle. I guess, a little bit. Not too shabby. Six by one overhang is what I meant to make a platform over the top for the big wonder. That is going to need a 7x7. Whoa, hold on. Hold on. That, ooh. See, now I'm thinking here. I have my 3x... Oh, so that's not going to fit there anyway. But I think there's a possibility that might work. It might actually work. But we're going to have to do... Okay, I know it doesn't matter, but I'm going to pause it anyway. Let's theory craft this a little bit. All right, 3x1 overhang here and here. Then you've got, just for the sake of aligning something, what if we put in just, I guess one side is probably going to be more important than the other, but it doesn't really matter. You put that there. I'm not going to unlock it right now because it takes 2,000 science, and I've just made such a big deal about not building the number cruncher. But you put your 5x5, make sure it lines up. Oh, yes, this is going to work. This is going to work, friends. Oh, no. How is this allowed? How is this allowed? All right, I've got to get this in a spot here. All right, so I'm not clicking yes. That would go there, and then you know how we do the rest. We just put the 2x1s around the outside, and then build the thing on top. And oh man, oh no. This is so stupid. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? But yeah, that is... that's going to work. It's going to work. I think it would be out of bounds for the map. What? I don't think so. Well, I'm not ever going to be able to find out until I have 20,000. So, let's use this to find out. Pretty sure. All right, so that's the maximum height. Right there is the maximum height. So, see, this would be a +1 from this point. So that's a +1. This is going to be another +1, so we're at a +2. And then this is how tall? I don't know. I don't know. It might not fit. It might not fit. It's very close. It is very close. The platforms... Yes, the platforms can be lowered. It's going to work. It's going to work. So instead of triples, I could get away with probably, honestly, just having one. So let's try that. Put that there, put that there. So that would, see, now that's going to interfere with the little pieces right there. So we can move it up one more. Okay, hold on. Shouldn't you be theory crafting how to fix the food problem? Yes, we should. But I think it's going to be fine. Look, we got ingredients here that just have to be processed. And stuff is growing. It's going to be a little messy while it catches up, but it's going to be fine. So that bit there gets a double. And then the 3x1. And then that guy, and then that guy. Then that guy on top. Yeah, see, that's going to work great. And because of how these ladders and whatever are built, all I would have to do is replace this platform with an additional ladder, and they could build... Actually, it would be this platform with an additional ladder. They could build all of this. Found a design that works, just build it so when you have the science, it's plug and play. Yeah, exactly. So that's what we're doing. We're thinking about it. We're thinking about it. That is going to work. And then I think, based on how that connects there, once I have the 2x1s going out, then that will connect directly to this ladder. Just has to go up, I think, 3 more? No, another one. One more. One more from there, and it should go directly into the front door. Does it actually matter if the building goes above build height? Yeah, it won't let you build it. 5x5 goes there. Yep. Absolutely perfect. Oh no, it's actually 7x7. Uh-oh. Okay, now we've got a problem. Now we've got a problem. This actually might not work. So now I don't have... Okay, no, you know what? We don't have a problem. You know why? Because we also have the 3x3 platform that goes in the corners. Perfect. It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. It is. It's devilish. You are correct. Look at that, folks. Look at that. That is an absolute wonderment, is what that is. Absolutely fantastic. This is the kind of stupid garbage that I should never be allowed to get away with. But somehow I am. But somehow I am. So, we'll unpause. And we'll let them, you know, think about that while they attempt to also farm so they can survive. Oh, look, they're all hungry. Triple platforms to the overhangs. No, we don't need triple platforms. But part of the fun of this is that it doesn't have support. It's just spindly for no reason. While they attempt to look under rocks to find worms. Yep, you got that right. I know, it doesn't need supports. There's no way for me to put supports underneath the platforms. I can't build it directly underneath the platform. It doesn't allow it. Like, I can try to put something in here, but I can do that, but I can't do that. That doesn't work. Alright, so now that they're attempting to figure out how to eat food, we need to do some bad water processing. Which would be over here. I guess I could just build another engine. Doesn't matter, I've got a ton of charcoal. So, that would be 200 HP. I suppose we'll go ahead and put in one of these, I guess, right... No, not right there. Ooh, do I want to make an inefficient path for no reason other than to be obtuse? Probably not. Am I going to need a giant underground tank? The answer is probably no. But that would be a pretty convenient thing. It is not number cruncher time. Have you gotten this far without windmills? Because windmills are useless. Half the power shafts, because half the power shafts, this one's vertical and we don't need them yet. I'm not making number crunchers. They constantly consume power. And it's 1500 science to unlock the thing. Underground tanks are cool. Yeah. Fair. This is empty, actually. This can go away. So I have to figure out how I'm going to lay this stuff out. Because I do need centrifuges. I could do... Yeah, you know what? We'll do 2 centrifuges there. And then I will do an engine here. It's going to make the most sense to do it that way. Then this goes there, and then that goes there, and then that goes there. That needs to be... Oh. That goes there, and then guess what goes there? Underground tank. Guess what goes here once this gets emptied? The other underground tank. Well, I can deny it as long as I want. A scientist ladder. Yeah, the food has become a problem. I still think it's okay. They just have to get better at harvesting stuff. Food peaked at 31, not 12. Yeah, okay, so as a reward for being hungry, they're going to work more hours so they can actually harvest the crops they're growing. And the bad thing is it's about time to open up another one of these houses where we're going to have birth and death waves again. Yeah, we need more farms. Which I don't really have a great place to put any. That location specifically probably won't help a whole lot. But the beavers do need additional farming, so. What if I paused more houses? Well, then I'd just have to start the whole thing over again, wouldn't I? Oh, we need planks. Oh, that's right. I still need to have additional plank things. Yeah, I'll just do this. Who cares? Well, of course I have beavers doing nothing. The idea is to have a whole lot of beavers. Welcome back to the insanity. Alright, I think we might actually need more food production facilities. Or have them prioritized by haulers, that might help. Because now we have a lot of those. Ooh, it's a bad tide. Perfect. Should do a playthrough to see how many number crunches you can fit into a given map just to appease your fans so they finally shut up about them. Well, the fun thing about the number crunchers is you can like nest them together a little bit. I have so many builders huts. I've got 5 of them. I don't need more builders. Juice presses aren't prioritized. That is probably true. But it doesn't matter because they don't have the materials to press anyway. Now that I got more farms, maybe that will help. I got haulers. I've got 40 or 50 of them. Let's see, how many can I fit here within the confines? Oh, that doesn't line up at all. All right. That does. So 2 more there would be fine. Not like it matters where they go, but... Food seems stabilized at about 28 max. I'm pretty sure it was a little bit more than 28. We'll be alright. Bakeries don't need power, right, but they need the materials coming out of the ground. Which I think we're going to need to plant more somewhere else, but I don't have any really great spot for those to go. So what are we missing? Corn probably needs to have a whole lot more, so we'll go ahead and plant some more there. That's probably going to have to be fine for right now. Let us spare bell peppers and wheat. Well, the wheat goes into the grist mill to make wheat flour, which says I don't have any wheat at all, so I don't know where you're getting that I've got a lot of wheat, because I have none. But bell peppers go into the grill. That's not a grill, that's a kiln. And they make grilled bell peppers with canola oil. Oh, we're dying of hunger, are we? Alright, well. We'll get over it. We do have radishes, they just have to be able to harvest them. Max food is up. See, it's working. Very, very slowly, but it is working. Still need planks, because I think they're trying to build... Oh yeah, they're trying to build the monstrosity is what's happening. They're trying to build the monstrosity, which we should not be allowing. Let's just pause that. Yeah, they need to focus their energies on other things. Well, we're going to have to do a whole lot of work to do more planting in any way, shape, or form. Probably what's going to have to happen is our clay stuff is going to have to move. So, I don't think I have any more storage for clay elsewhere. I don't. What are you building above the housing? It's going to be an absolutely hideous thing that's going to hold our final wonder for this faction. It is ugly. It's beautiful. We love it. I'm not building a number cruncher. That's not going to solve any problems. It's not going to solve any problems at all. All it's going to do is take resources to construct. I don't need research. What research is going to solve this? There's literally no research that's going to solve we don't have food. No, we don't. We don't need number crunchers. Remove the oaks next to the maple trees. Repurpose into farmland. I guess, yeah, I guess that would work, but... Alright. I have 1,400 wood, but this is the only wood that we're actually farming outside of this stuff. I know we need the number cruncher for the statue, but we're not building that. That's like 3 streams away, probably. Why are you guys so obsessed with these number crunchers? I'm never going to understand. It's not going to matter if all the beavers are dead. Apples are food, and we are growing apples here. I don't know that it's enough. See, look at all these beavers that got born. Just so they could be hungry again. Yeah, we're gonna put more farming down here. I guess for the sake of the beavers, we'll just go ahead and just get rid of all these trees. Alright, so this one can reach part of this. So I guess it probably makes more sense to just put this farmhouse in this spot here. So look at all these happy beavers not having a number cruncher. Do you want me to power the number cruncher with the torture wheels? But no, I'd have to have 2 of those. You want me to dedicate 7 beavers just to powering a number cruncher? Is this some sort of metaphor for, like, the educational industrial system or what? What is wrong with you people? That's so weird. Newer farmhouses are prioritized. They are not. Now they are. So now I've got to decide what I'm growing down there. I've got bell peppers, and that's about it. So I guess probably makes sense to have tomatoes and beets, not bell peppers, corn, and then I guess another layer of beets, then another layer of tomatoes. And that fills that in quite nicely. And then, since we never seem to have quite enough corn, I'll just do 2 more things of corn there. Can they not reach this? Okay. Come on. Alright, cycle 24 begins, which means it's time for me to lower this once again, just as soon as that stops flowing with some nasty in there. Alright, that should be fine. Alright, so I said I was going to do corn on the backside. Probably doesn't hurt to just have the rest of this whole area be corn. This lumberjack flag no longer needs to be here, so that can go away. And then what other foods? See, I don't know which food we actually need over here. I already have radishes. The secret to managing my time is that I get very little, very poor sleep. And I don't have a social life. That's basically it. More apples. Well, I can't grow those. Well, those are on trees. I think it's going to be okay. They're consuming a lot of apples because they don't have anything else to eat. Otherwise, if they had plenty of food, the apples wouldn't get into terrible mode like they are. I think corn-wise is probably going to be fine. Probably have enough canola seeds. I don't want to grow more radishes. We already have those. What is this? Tomatoes. And this is beets. Do I have enough beets? I don't have enough anything. Okay. And just for the sake of having something match, we'll just do that. Converting ingredients to food is the next challenge. That would make sense to me. But we have to have the ingredients to do it first. So the haulers will help with that. And now we have a number have died from hunger. So we're going to have another rush on the children here. I think this is probably fine. Once everything grows in and is reliably harvested. Too many maples? Well, not really, because in theory this maple syrup is also going to get used for other stuff. Like, wait, this doesn't get used for anything in the refinery anymore? Oh, that was another recipe you could have done in the other factions. Food is recovering. Yes, it is. Centrifuges are not built yet because I think we need the planks. That's another thing I've got to redo eventually, but that's probably a next time thing. Need more food processing. Well, we don't have food to process yet, do we? It's going to be fine. As soon as everything can actually get fed, then that'll be a little bit easier. Pause the gear making. Well, they're not working on gears because... Oh, maybe they are. Alright. Well, the bell peppers are waiting on... Oh. No, they're not waiting on anything. I just don't have enough grills. Alright. Well, it's not going to be symmetrical, but... I think we're going to have to just put in some additional grills here. We'll do 2 for bell peppers, and I guess another one for corn. Maybe. That'll help. Unpause one of... You just told me to pause the gears. Or somebody told me to pause the gears. Oh, bakeries. I don't have any bakeries paused. Oh, you're talking about building more bakeries. Well, yes, we will. Eventually. But for right now, I've got a lot of bell peppers that I can't do anything with because I don't have anywhere else to grill them. So that is why I'm doing this. No, I have no mines. Alright, that should really help. That should help a lot with the bell peppers. Number cruncher would not help with the bell peppers. Next question. Yeah, everything's just behind the planks at this point. Yep, this is waiting on planks. That's the only thing it's waiting on is planks. But hopefully that gets fixed. Okay. Oh, wow. Now we're over 3 hours. Okay, well, I did say I wasn't going to go forever on this today. But I think there's not too much else we can do without starting a bunch of crazy huge projects. So probably is about time to call it for today anyway. It looks red. Block bad water from the area near the bad water pump. Yeah, what's up with that? Where did that come from? Oh, you know what? You know what that was from? Is what we had a bad tide, and this turned into bad water. That's where that came from. I haven't played Cyberpunk 2077 in over 4 years, but I really liked what I played of it, for the most part. I was disappointed when I was not allowed to ride the subway. And then I think someone made a mod where you could ride the subway. But at that point, I had already kind of given up on the game. Anyway, yeah, I don't have time to play games anymore. I'm too busy playing games. Yeah, it came out in 2020. There's a lot more land you can plant down there. Where? I mean, this isn't really a lot, and it's also far away from the farm. I think this is fine. The food is slowly recovering. Yes, the Fallout 3 subway in DC is just a giant hat on an NPC that runs back and forth. Because of how it had to be rendered in the game. It's actually a really smart way of doing that. And that's a whole lot of game design, is just throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks, and hoping people don't find out that it's actually just 3 kids in a trench coat. You know? But yes. Food's recovering, kind of, maybe, a little bit. On the road to that, and I think most of the stuff we have to take care of now is going to require some waiting, so I will go ahead and probably end for now, because I have to cook dinner and all that other fun stuff. And record for tomorrow. We got Roller Coaster Tycoon. We're into the expansion packs playthroughs now, which is fun. But yes, I'll see all of you wonderful people later. Thank you very much for those of you who were here the whole time. Those of you who are here half the time, none of the time, whatever. It's always good to have you here. Thanks very much, Jacob, for the gifted memberships. Thank Devilish for the donation. Thank you guys for being you. We'll see you in the next stream of this, whenever that is. I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to be able to do every Saturday, especially as we move into the new year. But we'll get the stream schedule figured out. We'll see you later. Take care, friends. Bye-bye.